All right, I'm voice live, and now you guys are too.
We
Voice
are
live.
voice
yeah,
live.
unfortunately.
And my voice is live.
Oh my goodness!
Wait
Hi
till I get my
everybody.
dead voice.
Did you say dad voice or dead
No,
voice?
he said dead
Indeed.
voice.
Okay.
I'm just from the south. My dad voice. You're what now?
Hi everybody, or mostly Ellie. Hi Ellie.
Yep.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome to the stream. Very soon, we will begin to play, because I've been looking forward to this all day. I think that has something to do with the fact that, I don't know, today's just been a weird day. And it's probably contributing to my scatterbrainness, is that I kind of just want to get to the session, but it's like, oh yeah, you have to do all the stream stuff too. Like, this has to run smooth in ways that are not just running a game of Pathfinder. So yeah. Is Oklahoma South or Midwest debate? It's Midwest, but we still have a shitload of Southern tendencies.
Yeah.
We are
The fringe.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
the mix of both, the blending of both is what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're
That's where
the
it
farthest
intersects.
south part of the Midwest, really, and we
Yeah.
are the farthest west part of the South. So
Are you north or west, or north or south of I-30 or I-40? I-40.
yeah, I was going to say
Like-
I-35 runs north and south, my guy.
Yeah.
Like, seemingly the only people who, like, really want to contest that Okies are Southerners are actual Southerners.
People who don't. I was gonna say people who don't live in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's what he means.
I mean, yeah.
Actual Southerners,
Yeah, actual
like people in like
Southerners.
Mississippi, Alabama, whatever. They're like,
Mhm.
Oklahoma's not the South. But also, if you go ask somebody from Illinois or Indiana if we're part of the Midwest, they'll tell you no. So, like,
Well,
whatever,
to be fair,
man.
I wouldn't claim us either if I was from somewhere else.
yeah.
You think the
Well,
rest of the
well,
East Coast
we'll
would
go
claim
make our own
Florida if they
region
didn't
of-
have to?
I was like, we'll go make our own region of the country with Kansas and hookers and blackjack. Nobody wants them either.
Ah, shit, now I gotta go check that box.
I'll
that
take the
talks about
blackjack
sexually
and
explicit content. Freaking content classification. Anyway, Oklahoma is the redheaded stepchild of the U.S. It's the Florida of the Midwest, is what it is.
I was about to say that. I was about to say we were the Florida of the Midwest.
It's true, though.
That is 100%.
Oh,
Florida's
that's-
already the Florida of the South, so
Oh.
we can't take that.
I don't
Right.
want to think that.
It's been true since long before you got here, Molly. Long before any of us got here, to be fair.
I was born here. My ancestors came over here on the sandwich. There's your Futurama reference for the day.
Okay.
Yep. God,
I'm like,
the fucking
what?
yeah, it's Futurama. Great
It's
episode.
the episode where Fry
I mean,
gets
all of them are.
worms.
Yeah.
Oh.
He gets it
Okay,
from an
there we
egg salad sandwich at a truck
Yep.
stop.
Yep.
And so when he
Yeah.
tries
Oh,
tomato
yeah.
that's like black and
the worm
crunchy.
says, "Yeah, I was born
Yeah.
here. My ancestors came over on the sandwich." I've raised a cloud of children
a
here
second.
because they reproduce via spore.
So, we're also
Or-
about to go face live too, just because
Face live.
that's the next step.
Let me get my anime eyes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're getting to where the glare on your glasses is
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize Molly said, "Give me a second," as in like she needed to like talk to a person. Otherwise, I would have gave her a minute before we went face
More
live.
than that, 2 points of business. Panda, you had a shout out you wanted to make, and I also have a shout out. I want to make. So let's
yes.
get our shout outs out of the way, and then we'll do the
Oh
recap
snap!
and jump
Shout
into
outs.
this.
I
I
have
shoot,
a-
we're
I
face
should
live.
have given him a little bit more lead
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
on that
Sorry.
Because I have it written down, so I didn't forget. Because I forget things very.
one. Well, he's doing that. I'll do my shout out since he's looking for
Mhm.
things. So Panda and I went to a new tabletop RPG store that opened right by our house where we live. It's called DM Dave's RPG store. It's really cool. It's run by their own. Remember this guy named DM Dave who does a lot of 5e content specifically, but he also published a cool game recently called Badge Quest, and basically you are Girl Scouts, but not actual Girl Scouts because TM. But Girl Scouts doing Scooby-Doo / Nancy Drew style mysteries in a D6 based RPG. It's super cool. This is the really small, easy to follow core rulebook. But also they're doing a Kickstarter next week, and it looks to be a lot of fun. And so we're probably going to do something with that because it's rad and it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds like that'd be fun.
Yeah, the game store is really cool. They have nice tables set up. They got a lot of snacks. They got walls of RPGs I've never heard of. They also have an entire wall of 5e stuff because you gotta. And they're really trying to aim it into like newer players and getting people like really into tabletop role-playing game stuff and run game nights and things like that. And like they literally opened Monday, and we went in there today. So
Oh wow.
it was super
They
cool.
also have
They're
a
friendly.
life-size kobold there.
Yeah, they do have a life-size kobold in the window, which is pretty rad.
That
The
does
whole store
sound
setup
pretty
is
rad.
really nice. It's right on the side of Sooner Bowl. It's in a kind of like tucked away little location that's pretty neat to be able to just kind of be out of the way and not.
I
like,
do
in a
like
big-
tucked away locations.
Yeah, it's not like in a big shopping center where you're having to fight and do stuff with people or like move around. It's parking is easy, which is also helpful.
Yeah.
But and then all right, so Panda wanted to give a shout out to.
On Sunday, I stopped by my friend Crispy's dojo to watch him practice and kind of sit in because I was helping him later that evening. And next door was a little place called Pack Smashers in Edmond, and I popped in there. They sell trading cards and D&D board game stuff like that. And they have a big area in the back. And I was talking to one of the gentlemen there, and he asked me what I did or what I play and stuff like that. I mentioned, we do Pathfinder, D&D. We stream on Tuesdays. And he's like, "Oh, what's your Twitch?" Well, I'll follow it. So I want to give him a shout out because he did give us a follow. So here's your shout out. Hey, thank you for following.
Thank you very much, Pack Smashers, for following, even though you're definitely not watching. We do
Yeah.
appreciate it.
We don't know.
And we do know.
Yeah.
There's like a whole interface for it.
I mean, we could. We don't know.
I mean,
Do we
unless
know?
they're watching at someone else's house or something. That'd be kind of
It's
weird.
possible. But
Oh, Ellie asked if I got a haircut. Yes, I did, Ellie.
packs, as in a trading card pack smasher, not packs. Yeah. PA.
Yeah.
But yes. Nice store, friendly guys. Very clean. It's one of the notes I have.
I mean,
Very cool.
that's a big
Yeah.
thing, honestly. Like one of the reasons I liked playing at Game HQ for a long time is their bathrooms were always super nice and clean, and the store was always really nice and clean. And I still like going there. It's just I live farther away now. When I lived in
Mhm.
Oklahoma City, it made more sense to go to HQ than it does now, unless I'm meeting somebody there who's also driving from like OKC or Edmond
Yeah.
to play on their tables. But it's always been, or if I was going to like a Magic event, but it's always like one of those big things. Like I'm gonna go back to a card store or a war game store or a TTRPG store if it's clean and easy to like find my way around and whatever. And parking is also good. Parking helps.
One of
All
the
right,
things
cool. We've given enough time to the people who aren't actually sponsoring us. Who would like to do the recap?
Me.
Sweet. Thanks. Go ahead.
I mean, I would not like to do the recap, but I will do the recap. Okay, so last time on Into the Store, we kicked off as we were leaving the manor, basically. I was trying to convince Fabrong to go with Clint because I thought that would be a good idea. And
we just got mad.
I did just get mad also. Anyways, he seemed like amenable to that idea. Rahala had an idea after overhearing Clint and Casimir's conversation about Casimir being able to compete and meeting someone for the test of the star, and she's concerned she wouldn't be able to like round up the group well enough. And I definitely talked her into it, give her a little pep talk, and was like, "Yeah, who else could do that here? Just you." So let's see. And then late at night, Casimir came into Lamia's room. Well, I say into Lamia's room. Lamia was sleeping in the like study that is the like forest study. So where Lamia was sleeping. Anyways, in the night, and she basically got her to spill the beans on the mall and all of that stuff that we were trying to not tell her about, because I don't think Lamia could lie. Even if she thought it was the truth, something in her brain would like tell her that it was a lie. Let's see. We get cool gifts from Clint. I got an awesome coat thing, cape dealy, whatever. It was super rad. I don't know what you guys got. You guys got stuff. I didn't care. I was looking at mine. Mine was great. We let's see. We all chatted with Lamia about like trying to figure out what to do so we can actually leave. We kind of figured it out. We say our goodbyes. We get moving. We get to a village. It's partway there. We leave our horses because the road we're trying to traverse is going to be too hard to take our horses through it. The village is Gunhari. And let's see, we decided to pay for 2 months of stabling just in case, because they were like, hey, if you pay for a month and you don't come back in that month, then we're gonna like sell your horses. And like nobody does that to our horses and shores. So we paid for 2 months just to be safe. And we stayed in the town for night. Let's see, Silverhawk finding snails. Okay, so we find some people who are trying to get us to turn back and leave as we're like going through the storm towards the mines. They're wearing like Bion guard insignias. We're kind of suspicious of them, but none of us sense motive well at all, ever. Sam has Silverhawk do some scouting for us, and it finds a dead body. Somewhere in this, we decided to start naming him Sherlhawk, and I don't remember exactly where that happened, but it changed right in my notes right around here, so that's why I'm mentioning it.
It was something like good job, Sherlock, and then
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Yep. I don't remember exactly how or when it switched, but it did.
Oh,
So,
probably because he found a snail.
well, no, because it
Yeah.
happened after the snail, because he's still Silverhawk in my notes during the snail, and then he's Sherlock in my Sherlock in my notes like 2 things after. So
Oh
I'm
wait,
not sure
it was
exactly what happened.
it was like because the body mentioned was last.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah. It was whenever he was recounting what he had found when you sent him scouting past the guards, and then he mentioned the body. He buried the lead.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. He buried the.
Yeah.
And Ellie is right. Verb is best verb. So let's see. Sam goes sneaking about and he kind of finds out the guards are being paid, and guards are being paid to keep the road clear. And they're debating it and whether or not they should just like kill us or they can shoo us off. One guy's like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna try and shoo them off," and so we're like, "We're gonna just break camp and sneak around," which we do successfully. Except that then we get attacked by a small pack of troglodytes that smell really awful, but it's a small amount of them, and we are able to just kind of like put the hurt on them really quick. Sam is able to get some of the oily stink goo off of them. We try and hustle and get closer to our destination. We don't see more troglodytes, but we definitely think we hear some. We're pretty sure we're getting followed, but we haven't been attacked. And we finally arrive at the major river and make camp for the night to wash all the stink and goo off of us. And as we rest during Sam's watch, he sees these yellow eyes and hears a bunch of weird clicking sounds. He hears someone speaking this weird language. He wakes us up and kind of managed to talk to him and kind of talk him out of attacking us right then, because really we kind of made it clear to them that it was better for them to let us go to the mine and try and kind of clear it for them and not to like get in a fight with them now, because there's only like 4 of them probably. So we're like, we really need to get across this river before they come back with more and change their mind about whether or not we are food. They should know that adventurers are friends, not food. And so now we're going to try and cross a river with no boat, no real experience on fording rivers, and determination. That's what we got.
Or chevying rivers.
Yes, chevying rivers.
I bet I can haunt a
it's
river.
an average bear. I see you.
An average?
Oh gosh, darn it! Where did I put it?
I'm pretty sure there was an announcement, but also if you followed us on Facebook or Twitter, you would also know that we were live, because I posted on both of those.
I didn't post one in the 2 other ones that I
the
normally
bakery.
throw on.
You didn't bother them with it.
Because I think I've snagged all of them.
So whose fault is that?
It's me.
I was gonna say theirs for not paying
Now
attention
it's
to
there.
our Discord.
I believe Dave has successfully summarized last session.
I did not successfully summarize what cool gifts you guys got from Clint, though. So
That's
No.
what I was gonna say.
you should
If you
recap
guys
that
want to fill everybody in on this cool stuff you got as well.
I got a belt that gives me basically like 4 levels in my bravery and armor training.
A sash is not a belt, but yes.
My
It's
men.
Yeah.
A sash
Does it take the belt
it's not
slot,
a belt.
though?
No.
But does it take the belt slot? Okay. Well, that's what I was asking, because
Doesn't.
sometimes they do. Depends on the item, right? On what slot they did.
Why?
What did Sam get? I'll say mine. Like I said, mine was a cape, so it was cool. But it's got constant prestidigitation. It's a robe, technically, but it's got constant prestidigitation, which is awesome. because I like my fancy clothes to be clean. And then I can also do a really awesome push, basically, where I can push somebody and deal 5d4 points of force damage once per day, which is super good.
I got leaves. I got leaf armor, to be more exact, where it's an armor that through an alchemical process, you can treat special leaves and harden them, kind of like a leathery type thing that's more durable than leather. So it's better. But it's not only this leaf armor, it's better leaf armor. It's plus 2 leaf armor. But it also is the basis of for the front stalker. Is that what it is? I think I have it written down somewhere.
Probably
you definitely
forest.
do, because that's not at all what it's called. Front stalker. What would a front stalker be?
They stalk the front.
Front stalk. Base for front
They
stalker.
loiter around like places that are like money laundering fronts or something.
I don't know why I have.
Or they're the guy who literally is his whole job is to stalk
It's
the front of
probably
the store,
forest
right?
stalker.
You know,
Forest stalker, and my hands just got
different.
dumb. It's possible. That we had seen a NPC earlier on, but to complete it, I would probably need to kill what I forget the name of. I probably also have written it. What is basically an alligator beaver or crocodile beaver, some kind of
An 8-ank.
yeah,
It's called.
yeah, 8-ank. Yes. Now that written down.
we also learned, I forgot about that, we also learned about a dam/den of those that they were building up north, and that we need to avoid that area.
There's one nearby. So I don't know how squirrely Sam.
Well, considering they're
Squirrely Sam-
beavers, they're not very squirrely.
Yeah.
Beavers
They're
are
also
not squirrels.
very big.
Yeah. Look, man.
The comparison was, hey, you just need to fight a rhino. One
Yeah.
rhino when in a thing of rhinos.
If I can
remember-
remember,
It was at least one rhino. Was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
description.
given enough time and prep, I bet we could do a decent trap. But also, man, I don't like. Sometimes I know what things are and like what CR they are because I've seen them before and stuff like that in games. These aren't in stuff. I don't think, at least.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it is in the SRD, but
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't think
No,
know
I
how to
haven't looked it
spell
up
so you
then.
can't
'Cause
find
I don't
it.
know.
If you can't spell it, you can't find it. Unless
Yeah.
you just go through the whole bestiary. Since you know it starts with an A, you can at least alphabetically get there pretty quick. You just got a lot of A's to read.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like, oh, could I take on this thing? What's CR? Nope. I'm not even. Yeah, my character knows now. We can't. There's no way he's being able to do that.
I'll just put it this way: there's a reason this armor is not mass produced. There's a reason not every awesome soldier has a set of this shit.
But look, man, you said, "Hey, look at this cool stuff. It's missing all the trim, but look at it. You know, you could get this cool
Yeah.
trim for it to make it really. But just look at
could.
it. It's incomplete. Here you go.
You could definitely get the rest.
We described our items, so
Yes.
I think now everything's summarized.
I believe you are correct. Anything
like
else
the
anyone would like to add?
I summarized the reverse process of winterize. Okay, there we go. I had to go with
Winterize?
that. Winterize.
Not worth it yet. Okay.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, kicking me.
Yeah, that wasn't worth it. Not
Okay.
yet.
He doesn't want to have to rearrange the windows. That's why.
Dave knows.
Only reason you haven't been kicked out.
Yep.
If I didn't get it out, it was going to kill me. I swear.
I think what made me laugh so hard was the delivery.
Yeah. I apologize.
Okay.
All right.
So, right, you guys just got done with your interaction.
Yep. do the troglodyte
The rebar.
sleeve.
They left last session. They disappeared. You went and checked after them a little bit. Oh God. Okay, but I think they're gone. You know.
At least it'll be easy to track if we ever have to do. At least it'll be easy to track if we ever have to do that. I had to get insane.
You don't think they'd be too difficult to track, other than just holding your, constitution together.
Try to make a track.
But I'm assuming you guys want to kind of relax again and try to go back and get some rest.
Yes.
Yes.
I was on
Since you
watch,
were
so
so
sorry about
rudely
that, y'all.
interrupted.
Yeah, I would like to rest long enough that I can feasibly cross this river without dying.
Okie doke. So, since we had an event, I'm not going to roll the night watch thing again. At least not in public.
Yeah, that's not concerning at all.
You rest through the night. Nothing else happens. You may recover any spells, abilities, all that stuff. You get up in the morning. It's
Plus level.
the storm died down last session, like yesterday, essentially. It's about even to where it was yesterday, so it is still something of a disruption just for travel in general, but no more than normal. It isn't quite as insane as it was before. That being said, the ground is still very soft. It's still not ideal travel conditions, but it rarely is in Zetsegya.
Mm-hmm. Oh, snail pole is up if anyone wants to do that.
Snail pole.
Yeah, before we start rolling. Yep.
I'm gonna vote for me.
I'm voting for
I
me too.
always do.
How many me's have votes? A bunch of people voted on you.
It was me a bunch of times.
Oh, you voted.
I voted 100
Way to skew the vote.
bits. Well, I trust that I will roll
oops.
poorly. If this was who will roll the most dice under a 10, I would vote all of the bits I have. Not just who will roll the most ones.
You guys move ahead. That's right. We were actually over here, and I moved you to look at stuff. So to get through this region, there are two areas where you're going to have to cross rivers.
Mm-hmm.
One being like the tributary that comes off, and then after that, you'll have to actually cross the main current of it. Obviously, there is a bridge down here. Let me actually take us to where people can see. Pull this over. So, there's a bridge along the actual road. There's a bridge that goes over there.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can be reasonably certain that is probably easier said than done getting to and across that. I mean, if people were posted on the road to stop people from getting to the mine, they're likely people trying to shoo folks away from the bridge. But then again, there was probably like actual soldiers and things over there. It may be safe to go. So that's going to be up to you guys. Do you want to spend the extra time heading south and see if the bridge is safe, or do you just try to get across these rivers and deal with it?
Well, my first question is, would your bag of holding be able to hold my armor, Eli?
How heavy is your armor?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I
So
mean,
I can hold 250 pounds and a 30 cubic feet. So right now I've got significantly less pounds than that, but
I know you
30
got
cubic feet
like
is a lot. So
It
you
is
had something of mine on there.
yeah, 20 pounds worth of whatever you wanted. 40 pounds is what my chainmail weighs.
yeah, I could fit that because I definitely don't have anywhere near 210 pounds of stuff in this bag.
Okay. Well, then I could potentially go across with minimum problems. I know how to swim,
I mean,
but
you could go across without your armor being a
Yeah.
problem.
yeah. But yeah, do we want to do that though?
I mean, typically I would say fording these rivers at you don't know nothing about. Like you don't know like the currents or nothing like that. Normally you want to stick to the rivers and streams you're used to, but this one is
I knew you were going there.
might you
Oh,
might
you listen to TLC growing up.
you know that. I think you said last time how far across this river was, but I do not remember.
I don't think I gave exact measurements, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not skinny.
Yeah.
You
Is
have 2 to cross.
Is it
So
the mighty Mississippi or is it lower?
Not quite that.
Okay.
I've got
It's not like miles and miles across. At least not all the way down.
right.
Sorry.
What? Oh, I was saying. My question that I've got is, what's the shortest looking cross we can probably make? Like what? Like if we just go up and down a little bit, like pretty much where we can see. I don't want to go super far, but where do I like the narrowest spot to cross? Where would it probably be?
Probably where that bridge is. But
Well,
I mean,
no, that we aren't going to not go across the bridge is what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
You wouldn't know just by like at a glance. It's
Okay,
and
so
a
it's-
map isn't going to tell you.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's over. I want to say people are not able to estimate distances over 100 feet well, so it's probably over 100 feet. Okay,
Mhm.
that's what I really want to know. I guess
And it's raining, right?
Yeah.
So
because people are decent at guessing like within 100 feet distances. Once you get past that, our brains start to warp a bit on distance usually.
mhm.
So
I believe it's after about 60 feet mechanically.
yeah, that would make sense. I mean, that's probably pretty close to realistic as well, honestly. Most people, like, if you ask my mom, she couldn't tell you how far anything is. But if you ask the average person, they can at least guess within 50 feet for sure.
But yeah. I mean, so does that mean you guys like actually go up to the river first, at least?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to walk up
Yeah,
to
sure.
the edge while I'm kind of.
I mean, it's a little bit of a distance. Like you travel a little bit.
Yeah.
You know it's up ahead, but
Yeah.
so you travel a little bit to where kind of come out of the clearing and you can see it. It is. There's something innately intimidating about the first one. Even this is the smaller of the two crossings, but there's still something a bit intimidating about it. Like not really being able to tell the depth. It isn't moving slow, but you can't. But I mean, you probably can't quite estimate how fast it's moving, but it's probably not going to be easy. But you're looking at even just the smaller one is, I mean, less than 200 feet. You can say that for sure. But it's going to be a bit of a trek.
And well, do we want to go sneak down and check the bridge and see if we could cross there without like having an issue before we commit to crossing here, or do we want to just try and figure this part out?
Honestly, I would like to go to the bridge. It may be safer overall.
Yeah. It does make more sense. But if they were wanting to keep people from getting there, if
Yeah,
they
the bridge
make
is-
multiple points, yeah, the bridge would be a place to do that.
When in theory, they were talking about setting fires and doing stuff. They could have already wrecked that bridge,
Oh, that's
but
true.
we won't know until we go look. So we might as well go look.
It's just a matter of time if you want to spend the time doing that.
Yeah, let's go for it. I say.
Yeah, let's trick down towards the bridge.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm assuming you don't stick exclusively by the river. You probably want to get back into the trees. Maybe trying to keep it mostly in sight where it's easy to you move west just a little bit and you can kind of see out and see that the river's still there so you know where you're headed. You probably don't want to be right by the bank because then you're visible if there is some kind of threat up at the bridge. So, Sam, we're going to have you do a pretty easy survival check. And this is to navigate in the forest, so you get your bonus.
Am I able to potentially aid?
Yeah. You're
Sweet.
trained.
I am. I aided you!
Alright, +2.
Survive. Oh God, my brain. Okay, I was trying to do like a knowledge nature check for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing.
Survival.
Survival. Yeah. Plus.
+2.
Four
and
altogether.
And your favored terrain. easily.
Okay. Not bad, not bad.
Much easier to navigate now that it is not absolutely losing its fucking shit upstairs, raining absolutely everything known to man down on top of you. So you make your way south. Eventually the bridge is in sight. At some point, I'm assuming Eli and Sam are going to break off and sneak up a bit, try to get a view of what's going on up there.
Sure deal.
Yeah.
Okay, give me stealth checks from both of you.
Are we still in the forest?
And I will just keep an eye out where I am.
I will cloak.
I'm going to say yes.
Kiddos. I'll also, for good habits, I will boot the number to make sure I'm in shadow properly, so the cloak of shadows works.
That's a terrible roll for me.
And then I will.
And then Lamia, a perception, please.
That's a terrible roll for me too, buddy. 'Cause that's a 9.
Okay.
Yours
get a little bit closer, and you're pretty sure you see some guards posted up on the bridge. There's about 6 or 7 of them. You're trying to obviously not be out in the open, so you don't have the best visibility. You're just kind of peeking out between trees, moving underbrush, but you don't want to like expose yourself too much. You would stand out just based on what you're wearing alone. You think maybe 6 or 7, kind of at the start of the bridge that you can see. You can definitely tell a couple of them are specifically on lookout duty, and one of them seems to be kind of lingering, looking in your direction. I'm assuming your objective is to stay hidden more than it is to get details.
Yes.
Okay. So at that point, you probably fall back, and you can tell that they're like really watching that area now. So you fall back, unless you want to argue that. You know that there's 6 or 7 people, but you didn't get a great look at them. They could be legitimate guards, they could be not.
Now, okay, so we obviously didn't get a great look, but like, how close to the bridge would be the wood line? Like, because obviously it's probably going to be near a clearing. You know, they're not going to just build the woods. Don't go right up to the river. Usually they stop a little before we get there. So, like, what kind of distance are we looking at before we even like reach the riverbank or reach where the bridge is from
You're
the woods?
probably looking at about 60 feet minimum.
Okay. Cool beans.
And the other detail here is, as you kind of travel along this area, heading further south, the land is raising. You're kind of traveling uphill in certain spots, so there is a bit of a drop off before it actually gets to the river. So this bridge is actually up quite a ways by the time you get to it. So you're not like looking at the water by now. You know where the river is because there's this big canyon here.
Gotcha. What this is gonna sound silly. What kind of bridge is it? I know it's not a suspension bridge, obviously. It's probably made out of wood.
Yes.
But is it like supports built under? Is it like covered bridge? Like what
the
kind
supports
of,
are underneath.
Okay,
Yeah.
and is it a covered bridge or an open top bridge?
It is open top.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking because in theory we could try and climb under the bridge, like use the bottom part of the bridge
Right.
to cross more unseen, but going 60 feet through the open to get onto the bottom of the bridge is going to be harder, obviously. So if it's a covered bridge, it might be easier if they're on the bridge. You know, there's lots of
There's some details, but yeah, unfortunately, it's uncovered. But you do see that there is a bottom section, of course, which makes sense. They built it that way since there was the actual clearance for it.
Will, unless we're going to try and like wait and sneak through the night across this bridge, I think we're going to have to either cross the river or fight these guys. Like those are all options that I'm seeing, unless somebody else sees something else. Cross the river upstream, sneak across the bridge at night, or just bull rush our way across.
We could try and BS them that we're part of that other group and they sent us on ahead. But,
I look down, look back up. I do the like, I don't think we're gonna get that.
I mean, yeah.
I can talk my way into and out of a lot of stuff, but I can't make myself not look like me.
I mean, do they know what we look like?
They don't have to know what we look like. We don't look like their friends.
I mean, we could just say we were hired by house so and so.
Something that you guys did discover heading south towards this bridge is you did find, it's just on the map, I'll show you here. Go brown color. You did actually find there is a makeshift bridge here.
Okay.
So you actually were able to get across this smaller river, like as you headed south. Probably right around the time you were like getting towards the bend and stuff, going like, shit, we're gonna have to fucking ford this thing just to get to the bridge, unless we go all the way back to where the main bridges are.
Right.
I meant soup. Thanks, Molly. But you managed to find like a makeshift bridge that was fairly well maintained and able to cross it to get over here. So you know there is a way across that one to kind of skip that one now.
Okay, well that's good. So what was I say? Yeah, we could say we're hired by those people. We have no, if that holds up to no scrutiny, is what I mean. Like, I've never met those people like House Modric, other than when they tried to buy stuff out from under me. And if they're the ones keeping this road clear, which it seems they are, we're trying to keep this road clear. Got nothing that says I know them. I've literally met them once and in Lamal, and that was it. So I don't feel confident in us trying that and not getting assaulted almost immediately.
Yeah.
Are you guys having this like a hushed conversation while you're still out
Yeah,
there?
I
Or
was-
did you come back?
Oh,
and
I would have said
meet
we're
with-
back at the group
Yeah.
already talking.
Okay,
So
okay.
you're part of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
to
Lamia will say, well, why don't we just be honest that we were hired by Clint? This is his land. They don't necessarily have the jurisdiction to stop us.
Well, the mine is his.
Right.
It's not his land.
yeah, he doesn't.
They don't have to have the
He
jurisdiction.
doesn't
They
own
have
this
swords.
bridge. Yeah.
So
the bridge
laws
belongs
mean
to
very little to
Sitsa.
people
Yeah.
carrying swords.
Also,
I don't, in my
yeah,
experience.
If they were bribed to like kill people, I don't think they're worried about breaking the law on who sent them here.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Laws mean very little to people who are carrying around swords. Or axes, or, whatever their weapon of choice is. in this
Implements
case.
of
Bows.
destruction.
Yeah,
If they are in fact not actually soldiers.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Even
You want me to?
the laws only mean as much as they pertain to their job at that point, generally speaking. If soldiers cared about all the laws, I would still be in Gurga. So that's all I have to say about that.
What are you guys gonna do?
I guess we're gonna build Fort Tough. No, we're gonna try and fjord this river.
So there's no way we're swimming across. I'm just flat out. There's no way I'm swimming across.
Oh.
Let me rephrase
Scrub.
that. You guys might. I don't have confidence that I can swim across that. I've swam maybe like 3 times in my life, and they would never across something that deep or that wide.
We're in a country where it rains a lot.
There's not standing bodies of water everywhere, and I don't have to swim through them. Walking down
I
the
still
street
don't
and
understand
swimming
that.
are not the same thing.
Yeah,
Also-
there's standing bodies of water in some places, but he's been in
Fairies
the
exist.
east.
Sorry, give me a
Like,
second. My phone's ringing.
If she's doing that, I'm gonna go pee right now.
Oh, well, okay.
It's good because there's an ad.
I mean, people who are in our chat probably aren't getting that ad.
Salad can be dry, but soup must always be wet. You ever heard of dried soup?
Soup mix is
Yeah.
yet to be soup.
Yeah. So has soup in the title. I'm trying to think of if you can make a dry soup. And at what point is that just like cereal without milk?
Back.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
So, if we can't cross... Oh, where did Dave go?
He's
You
peeing.
can.
Oh, okay.
Child's bladder.
Yeah. Stupid child bladder. Yeah, let's get him while he's not here.
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to be reviewing this video at any time.
Never.
No, you're
Welcome back.
not. Okay, yeah, Molly's back too.
So if you're not confident in swimming, that sounds like our only choice is to approach them, and if
Well,
they attack
we could-
back.
Build a raft or something.
Yeah.
I've got rope and
I
pittons,
can't
and
do that.
I look
I mean-
at Sam. I'm pretty sure you can help me build a raft.
Yeah. All right. I've floated a log before.
I'm more confident in that than my ability to swim across a many 100-foot river. Or
I mean, if I can build a new door for a chicken shed, I can build a raft. It's just the same thing, but horizontal, right?
Sure.
Something like that.
something like that.
Oh no! I am now Eli.
Yeah, you got moved somehow.
And I'm Lamia.
There you go.
I am a potato.
Hey,
Or
don't
Samuel.
talk about Sam that way.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry. I'm looking
how'd
at
that happen?
Also,
It's to see
again,
where it goes.
so you can see that it's a long ass river at most of the spots, but there are probably thinner places. There are places where you would ford the river, right? Granted, generally you're going to find that out by talking to locals and that kind of thing to see, like, hey, where do you cross this fucking thing? And at the moment, because no one brought it up, you could probably assume that even like if there were any incidental questions about that in the last village you were in, they were probably just like, just use the bridge, stupid. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why would you ford that? But also, the shallow places can change with seasons and the number, like how much time has passed since the last group of people went by it. So you don't actually know how deep it is where. You would need a way to figure that out. Even though it's wide, and even though the water's moving fast, you have no idea what the depth is.
Right. So
Because,
I've got,
again, not going to be on a map. So
I've got rope and twine and some stuff like that that we could use to make a raft, but sneaking across at night also doesn't seem like the worst idea. How high up is the bridge from the water? I know we didn't get super close, but could we
you'd
get it-
have to go over to the
Okay.
edge and look. Yeah.
Mm.
And even then, I'll say, like, once you get far enough away that you're not in, you can't quite see the bridge anymore or anything. It's definitely sloped down, but it's not a short jump. Like, that's
why I was
It's quite a
I
depth.
wouldn't want to climb under the bridge if me falling off of that was, more than like 20 feet to the water.
almost certain death.
Well, I'm sad I'm not
We'll
a
say
dragonborn,
that.
so I can't Foos Road all these guys off this bridge to their death. Out of character, of course, but I mean, it's good enough distance. I can't like swing across if I tie something onto that bridge. If I climb up it, plus we'd still probably get seen trying to run up on it.
Well, I can make a 20-foot like cloud of mist, basically. That can help obscure us if we're trying to sneak across.
Oh, okay. I was like, and we can walk across it on the no.
It says sneak by the bridge.
I don't know how magic mist works.
So
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to. If I can at least build something that we can hold on to and paddle across this river, that's like, why might I not be able to say make a raft we can all ride on? But we might be
No,
able
but
to do
a
float.
flotation device of some kind, right?
Yeah.
Something we can just float.
Even if it's just fell in one of them big trees and floating it down.
Do you guys head back up north, or are you kind of hanging out here for now?
Well, I would imagine
You
while
won't be
we're
able to reach the
talking,
river from here.
we were going to be heading. We'd struck camp. Did we take all our stuff with us?
I wouldn't think so, unless
I
you
wouldn't
guys.
either. So I'd be heading back.
You said
to
you
the
were going
camp.
to look at the bridge. So
Yeah, because either way, we got to go back to the camp to get our stuff, whether we're going to cross the river or not. So I would assume we're headed back towards our camp.
Cool. Just checking.
So I'm
It was not,
old man.
just so you know, it wasn't a quick trip to get this far
Yeah,
because it was uphill
see
through
that.
the woods.
Yeah.
3 miles uphill, woods, raining. Now you're heading downhill, which you'd think, oh, that's easier, but it's not because you don't want to start fucking rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
So it's still not great footing. So just letting you know you're burning daylight as you go.
Yep.
I keep hearing so
Yeah, that's. I'm looking at Panda on my screen because you got that thoughtful face on.
I'm thinking because we're also walking right now, in theory.
Mhm.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm confident on swimming this. Y'all apparently are not.
give me just a knowledge geography. I was waiting for you to ask for some kind of check, but
I had never seen a body of water large enough to swim in until I was 15 years old. So, no, I'm not confident in my ability to swim across it.
Geography?
Yes.
Is this geography involving forests?
it's specifically rivers, so it'd be aquatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17.
All right, I'll give you the bonus anyway. There's a lot of rivers and stuff in forests. I think that's fair. So it's 19. Okay. So trying to actually just swim against the current is the kind of thing that gets people never seen again.
Yeah. I didn't say I was going to swim across. I was going to go. Yeah.
I mean,
like I know how swimming with a
right?
current works. Yeah.
Because there's rocks, there's all other kind of shit in there too, because you don't know the depth, which is another factor.
Okay.
You could get sucked under. There's you don't know this river, right? So fording would not be swimming across; it would be walking across, or getting something that helps you, like I said, float, or otherwise not have to just be at the mercy of the current. There's likely this is long enough, and there's got to be a bend in it somewhere. They tend to slow down quite a bit near the bends, and that's going to be, like, if you're going to try to cross it, near the bend is the best place, at least as far as not getting swept away. Only real issue with that is if you do lose your footing or lose your device or whatever and actually go down current, then now you go around a fucking curve and you can end up anywhere. You guys have seen a map of this place. You know that where this eventually exits to is way the fuck down in like in Bayonne and all those other places. Like, you're gonna go a while.
Yeah, which way is this
flowing
going?
north-south. This is flowing north-south.
Yeah, it's flowing south.
Because it's not going uphill, it's going through a canyon.
So this is going from the ocean down, like towards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a reverse river.
Yes.
Okay.
I said something about this before, but yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Not all of them are, but pretty much most of the ones in the Ellengal confluence are north to south.
That's gotta land
quite high enough to know any of like the other weird specifics about actually where they end up, but that's what you've got. As far as actually crossing it, again, it's long enough. You think there's gotta be a space in here that's shallow enough that you can maybe not safely cross, but would be safer than if you fucked it up, right? Like if you just try to jump in and just follow the current and end up at the other side at some point. Even just floating might be more dangerous just because you can tell the current's fairly strong. At least as you're traveling. But it could take some time, but if you follow it long enough, you might be able to find the spot. But as far as checking the depth, you would need a tool, something to see if you could, like, hit the bottom or whatever, to, like, would our feet reach the bottom, whatever.
I mean, I've got 50 feet of rope and a metal thing we could throw it in, let it hit the ground, check depth that way. As long as it's not greater than 50 feet off. So I've got 50 feet of ropes, really, so I can tie them both together. I've also got 50 feet of string, which we could use. So
I also
it doesn't have to be rope to go under the water.
Yeah.
String.
At this point, with all this string and rope we got, just make the bird fly across and, like, loop it around the branch a couple times.
But the river's wider than that, probably.
Yeah.
That's why I asked how wide the river was.
Yeah.
He's also probably not strong enough to, like, tie a
Okay. Yeah.
rope like that.
Wrap it, but yeah. That's not very
That's
secure.
what it depend on. Yeah. It's not very secure. Because, yeah, a river doesn't have to be moving really fast to take somebody away. 3-4 miles an hour is plenty.
So what do y'all want to do?
I mean, I feel like our best bet is to sneak across the bridge in the middle of the night. However, if you feel confident that you could build something to help us get across the river itself, that's probably the way that's going to help us avoid conflict. So that's...
Well, I've never admittedly built a float, something specifically for floating like that, so...
Yeah, none of you have.
Yeah.
So it's sounding more like we want to sneak past them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm proposing.
I can run diversion if need be, like try and lure them away and y'all get across the bridge.
We're all going
try and-
across.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for it.
Doesn't make sense to split up. I've got... the
I didn't say I
mists.
wasn't. I was saying I was going to monkey bar across the bottom. But
Yeah, that's splitting up still.
Hmm.
I've got the mists that can help block their side of us when we cross the thing. Can divert people. I can also make people blind some of the time. So there's that.
Fair warning, you also don't know if there are more people on the other side or even on the bridge.
This is true.
It's already been several hours. That situation could have changed.
Oh, totally. Well, but we'll know when we get there at night how we can sneak across. Whether we're going to have to
All right.
go under or over or whatever.
It means I need to take off my armor again.
I mean, at this point,
Your
I
other
would just
option is,
rather
again,
be.
you could try to spend some time finding the safest place to cross and gather that information. Either way, whatever you do, you're going to be spending more time on it. You didn't get much information before.
Mhm. Well, I think spending the least amount of time would be us just packing up, going down there, crossing over at the night, then trying to like spend a bunch of time trying to find a place to cross the river. That's going to take a long time. If we know there's a bridge here, we can sneak across. All we've really got to do is wait for it to be dark, try and go across. I mean, there's a little more nuance than just that, but it's not the same detail, like driven, attempt to find a good crossing place.
Also,
Okay.
We're not
go
known
on.
to be very quiet. We usually get seen anyway. So, do we even want to try and like have
Hey,
you
it's
not
Pax
wear armor?
Smashers.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you.
Howdy,
I missed
howdy.
a shout out earlier.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
so, what was? Oh, listen, we at least got to try and be sneaky first. It's what we saw would put us at 3-on-6, and I'm not a big fan of 3-on-6 for odds.
Four.
Also, I
I
have
point to the
no
bird.
idea if this group of people are actual guards or if they're just hirelings, their level of skill could vary greatly. We could be running up against real, honest to goodness guards who are probably a bit tougher than guys who just took some coin to guard a road.
Mm. Well, let's get packed up so we can get ready to sneak across there.
Well, yeah, or at least so we can make camp closer to the location we can sneak if we need to, because we'll probably need to make camp again. It's going to take us a while. So, walk all the way back up there.
Yeah. It's probably going to be pretty close to dark by the time you get back at this rate. So you guys break camp, make your way back over, find that same bridge that same makeshift bridge that was there. Get across. I'm assuming you probably set down camp not too far from that bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not super far, but I want to be far enough from the road that we're not going to be easily noticed or spotted. But it's also one of those things where, as long as it's not super cold or anything like that, we're not going to have a fire or anything because we really don't want to get spotted.
Yeah. It is. I actually forgot what fucking season it was supposed to be. I think it's actually summer, so it's probably really fucking warm.
Yeah, summer
When
ends.
it's not
Yay,
super
humidity.
coming down. Yeah. It's probably really uncomfortably warm, to be totally honest with you guys.
Yay, humidity.
But so you make it back into this space on our hex, and trying to stay away from the road, staying away from, you kind of get away from that bridge a little bit, get all your stuff put back down. It is, you can see that the sun is beginning to set.
Well, as it's getting dark and stuff, I would like to do a little bit of a recon mission before it's like time to go to sleep. See what I can see, and then we can kind of figure out if we're going to try and make our cross tonight and then make camp on the other side of the river again, like actually make camp, or if we're going to try and like delay this a day, or if we're going to try and cross early in the morning, or what's up. So,
Are you going alone?
I mean, I'm
Doing
just
recon?
saying what my intention is. If somebody else would like to come with me, they are welcome.
Not Lamia.
Trailhawk
Lamia will
shakes his
protect
head.
your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. I feel like
So you
that's. Yeah, I'll go. I think Lamia can hold her own against the smelly people who are the troglodytes. Hey, I remembered something.
You did.
And I'd have to go. But yeah, can hold her own on troglodytes better than a group of troglodytes descending on you. I'm not saying you're not capable, but
Oh no, I would just run. I'm not trying to fight a group of troglodytes. Yes, I would just run.
It's you head out again. Okay. Going, trying to check out the bridge again was the plan. Okay.
See what we can see.
Lamia, go ahead
Use
and
a
give me
different
another
bush this
perception.
See what Sam's. You're Volu? Or you?
He's
Betty.
ready.
Or you Vedi? Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
was gonna say
lucky.
Volu or Vedi. I can never remember. So yeah, see what your Vedi eyes see.
look with your special eyes.
Yeah.
Why,
Speaking of special eyes, it's probably dark enough. I'm gonna cast dark vision on you. So you
Yeah,
can,
it's definitely going to be low light very soon.
Yeah.
So
that we can see without us having to bring a light with us.
no recovery, unfortunately. That's okay. Lamia, so yeah, you get settled in, just keeping an eye out. Nothing really stands out. The two of you, give me stealth checks again. So you're still
Shadowing myself
forest.
again so that I can have my +2 bonus to my stealth check.
Yeah. Much better. Much better. Okay. And it's also lower visibility as well, so you guys are able to get quite a bit closer, pretty much right up to the edge of the trees as you're going along. Since you are moving through the woods, Sam, give me a quick survival to see how well you can navigate up there without... You don't really have like you're not following like a road or anything specifically, because I'm assuming you're trying to stay well out of sight. Easy, cool. So you manage to make your way up through there fairly quickly. When you finally get to the edge of the trees, perception from both of you, please. Ooh, that's really good, actually. So, as you're moving along, one of the times when you kind of move back to check, make sure you've got the road oriented correctly, that you're moving the right direction. Sam, you notice that you see some tracks of horses coming through, like across the road. They look fairly fresh. You see a few like boot prints and stuff kind of moving to the west, like they're headed towards the bridge. When you guys finally reach the tree line itself, Sam taking point, I assume. Eli, you're mostly trying to make sure you're well hidden. So there's a little bit, as you get up there, you're trying to like make sure you're behind everything. You don't quite get eyes on everything else once you're like, okay, let me just establish my position here. Sam, you get right up to one of the trees, get behind like a bush, look out real quick, and you just barely catch a glimpse of what looks like two of the armored men throwing something over the side of the cliff. Something big, heavy, person-shaped, wrapped in some kind of bundle over the side of the cliff, kind of brush their hands off. One of them grabs like the lantern, hooks it to his belt, and goes back to stay on lookout.
Oh, I just dumped a body. I wonder if they dumped the horse too. If that was that horse.
You only see 6 people there right now. For sure 6 this time. You still can't see like all the way across the bridge, but you know, like right there, just like standing directly at the foot of it. 6 folks. 2 of them for sure on lookout. The others seem to be mostly kind of patrolling.
I think we can. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. I think we can safely assume that these aren't normal guards. Law-abiding. If you
yeah, generally speaking, people aren't just chuck bodies off the sides of cliffs.
Generally, no.
Well, at least the
maybe he asked for it. Maybe that's what this guy was into or something.
maybe them gator beavers are going to be eating well up there. I don't know.
Mine's good. Me talking about being shot into the Grand Canyon via cannon when I was like 15. Like that's the way to do it.
When you guys fall back, you're kind of having this conversation. You notice just a little bit to the south, like a bit further south of the bridge. Can't quite tell what it is at first. And you like move off a little bit and peek through some of the brush and whatnot. And you can see what appears to be a wagon with a busted wheel, which kind of parked next to the cliff. It's got like a bunch of like barrels and like bundles of things on it, and like a tarp wrapped tightly around the top. You can just see them barely peeking out. Looks like it's got a bunch of stuff on it. You don't see a horse. You see like the harness and stuff for one, but
you
only see the car.
go give that a look, or do you wanna?
I mean, I'm curious. So,
What if they have a boat in there?
Too terribly far, so you do risk getting spotted because you have to cross the road to get to it.
There could be anything in there.
But they knew about. You're right. They'd make crossing the river so much easier. There was a canoe in there.
Also, we could just pop off the other wheels and float that.
Knock all the shit off
Push
of it
the
first.
wagon across the river. Anyways. I mean, I'm willing to risk running across the road real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty dark too, so we might be able to get a look, see what's in there.
We'll say
Worst
you're
case scenario.
About whenever you're at the edge of the tree line, you're about 70-ish feet from where the soldiers are.
No.
It's about how far do you want to like fall back before you cross the road?
Probably just like 100 feet. Unless they've got crazy good dark vision or a lot of illumination, they shouldn't be able to see us.
They're fairly well illuminated, but it's not going to reach out that far. So you fall back. We'll say you get across without too much trouble. There is a moment of like, oh fuck, as like you guys are almost all the way across into the rest of the trees, and there's like somebody whistles really loudly, She gets probably like, hurry the fuck up, get in the trees. Like, oh shit, did they see us? Did they see us?
People like dive over into the bushes. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Slide into it.
And you see one of the guards is like clapping. You hear some laughter. Someone is like walking out of like further up north the tree line. Like some other soldier dude is like walking out of the trees. He's kind of doing this like bow-legged gait. You can see he's like cursing and he's like mad or whatever. You don't know what he's mad about, but he looks like he's like kind of walking weird, and they're like laughing at him.
The guy tried to ride a horse.
But
Oh, I thought he just shit his pants.
That's probably that could be true.
could be both.
Yeah.
I mean, I recognize that. I'm not like that anymore, but people stopped riding the horses. Either that,
But
or he
you
got
get
kicked
across,
something
they don't
off.
see you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just do fucking text.
So you guys move up to the edge of the tree line again, I'm assuming. And are you trying to get actually up on the cart? Because that's going to cross more open space.
I at least want to get close, not necessarily cross the open space, but close to where we can hopefully see some stuff
What's
on the
in
cart
it?
before we actually walk over there and check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, dark vision, 60 feet, right?
The spell is, yes.
Yeah.
Mine is shorter than that. His spell is 60, though. Mine's 45.
Your spell for me is
Yeah.
Sam, I need a perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
Not in the
Eli,
forest.
You can kind of see it as it's getting darker, but you're not going to be able to get any details from your distance.
Not in the forest, or is this a clearing? Or
We'll still say forest for now.
Mine doesn't go up to 60 feet until I think like level 5 or whatever. Because mine's from my bloodline. So
we're still rolling those real low 10s. But yeah. It's a 24 total.
Okay. Yeah, Sam, you take a look. You see the back of this wagon. You can still see this tarp is like pulled really tight over it to probably keep most of the water out. You're mostly seeing what looks like casks, like that maybe they're transporting like alcohol or something like that. It's probably a trade wagon. But what you don't see is what you're usually when you see like merchants and things traveling in Segia, they'll have some kind of insignia marking their business or something to show like, you know, who they work for or like where they're going. It's just like something that kind of makes it stand out. Even if it's just like more colorful than normal. This is very drab. You can tell it's meant to look very unassuming. So this is probably not a big merchant. This might be someone asked to go on like a specific run or something. They don't work for like a bigger group, or at least they're not very successful. So this is probably not a very big group of people. 3, maybe 4 of them. Probably like merchant and then whoever he hired as guards.
Well, is there any signs of blood or signs of something had happened?
You have to actually go over to it.
Oh, okay. Well, so I want to go check it out. Yeah, that's true. But yeah. You go checking it out?
Yeah. You guys gonna go check it out?
I'm asking.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Sky.
Give me another stealth. Both of you. This one is going to be opposed.
Basically venti right now. I'm rolling real mid. But with the bonus is okay, you know. But.
Yeah, me too. Gross. Extra gross.
So, as you guys are making your way across the clearing, you get all the way up to the wagon, and right as you get to it, you hear a shout. Someone's like, "Hey! Hey! The fuck is that? Hey! You hear me? Come out of there!"
I'm gonna just carry on and assume no one is speaking to me.
There's a loud whistle. You start to hear boots approach.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna jump on the back of the wagon.
Oh,
Try
I
to
was
hide
gonna
in the
say
back of the
fire
wagon.
Mm-hmm.
You still can. I mean, it'd be really fucked up.
Yeah.
You try. It's raining. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah. Well, it was covered with tarp to keep stuff dry, so underneath might be drier.
You've gotten into the wagon. It is not dry.
I become a bush. I am going into the nearest densely foliated thing I can see.
So you rush back over into the trees.
No, is it the?
You guys are in the wagon's in a clearing. I've said that.
Oh, is it in a clearing?
Yes,
Okay.
it's in a clearing.
Yes.
That's why I jumped in the wagon, because I didn't feel like I could clear the space quick
If they're
enough.
watching it, why would they put it in the trees?
I don't know if they're watching it. Like they're trying
That's
to
why we
hide
had
it.
to make a new stealth check, is because we had to cross the clearing.
Mm-hmm. You can still do that. You can rush back across and like, dive in and just see if maybe they chase you, maybe they don't. But
I run away from the wagon, but also away from the people.
so you run south.
Yeah, for a ways. And
You're just running.
yeah, I get.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been shot with arrows before.
Sam,
Plus, they'll
the
try and
aeromagnet.
chase me.
Yeah.
If
Like,
they
literally,
see me,
as
and not
soon
the
as you start running, you just hear "motherfucker," and there's immediately just rapid boot steps.
I am
So
preparing action.
I'm gonna allow you to roll a new stealth here, since you're now like nestled in among all these casks of
Colonel,
ale.
I'm in the cart.
Still bad.
It's not terrible because now they've got to focus.
That's
So
But
so as you like get all the way there, then like you hear the motherfucker, and you hear the running, go completely still, try to think quiet thoughts. You put your hand on something wet, it's a dead body.
oh,
Anyway, so Sam,
why do I always
you're
hide with
already-
the dead bodies? This keeps happening to me. So yeah, it's gonna be that thing where you want to make noise to where you're just the trying to make noise like very Abbott and Costello,
I imagine he's going like full like Jim Carrey, like he's like inside the car trying not to scream.
doing that.
Just hella animated, no noise.
Exactly, the whole thing. Like if I was yelling and screaming, but I just hit the mute on this.
Yeah. So Sam, give me an athletics roll, please.
Yep.
This is opposed. They are chasing you. You have three
I got a-
people on your tail.
So I
Yeah,
have
lovely.
a thing I would like to prepare if I can for when they.
Oh
run
yes,
by my
go
wagon.
ahead. Sorry, you said that.
So when they run by the wagon, if they're within 20 feet of the wagon, I want to cast Haunting Mists and make a cloud of mist that they will have to run through.
Okay, yeah. Is that?
I'll,
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
boop it real quick.
Boop it.
Sorry.
So because if it has verbal, that does give.
It
them a
does have
chance.
verbal components, yes.
It does have verbal. You don't have silent spell or anything like
Nope,
that.
nope.
Okay.
What I'm real mad about is earlier in this, when we woke up and the rest was ending, I was like, oh, what are my spells going to choose? Should I take Cheetah Sprint? Nah, I'll take Lead Blades.
Damn.
Should have took Cheetah Sprint. I was like, Cheetah Sprint won't help me across a river. It'll help me run away from people.
So let's see, that is their. I still need an athletics roll.
Athletics, sorry.
Yeah.
Athletics. I don't get a bonus test, do I?
I don't think
No.
so.
I was checking. I usually have them in notes. Just want to make
It
sure.
would be. I mean, you're way more athletic than they are, and also they're wearing heavier armor than you. But
Yeah.
so yeah, you're making some good fucking headway, getting some distance between you guys, and then there's this explosion of mist, and there's like some screams that go up from inside of that as they have to try to make their saves.
Yeah.
DC 18.
So what happens when you max your casting stats?
Right.
That makes
Well,
sense.
They can make. Hey,
Hey,
one of
one
them
guy
made
did.
their save
Yeah, one guy did.
because he rolled a 19.
Yep.
I mean, it's still fucking fog, so he can't see anything. So roll the D2 for me, please.
Yup. There it goes.
There it goes.
Okay. It took a second to pop up.
So yeah, so all three of them rush into this cloud of mist. One guy stumbles, like almost falls all over himself, coming out the other side. The other two do the same thing, screaming and running back toward the bridge.
Okay. I'm gonna just stay.
God, it's haunted! It's ghosts!
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay in the wagon and see if he keeps going past me or if he tries to fuck with me. I'm gonna stay in the wagon. So
you've got this haunting that's just like a little bit outside of the wagon.
Yeah. It's the ghost. My plan was it's the ghosts of the people in the wagon. Like I want them to think that.
So they're screaming.
Yeah.
They run back over to the bridge. You hear immediately people just like, dude, just calm the fuck down. Hey, relax. And there's like this whole argument happening up north of you on the road, like by the bridge. Sam, there's still one really confused but very determined soldier chasing you. We're gonna do one more opposed athletics. He's gonna get a roll.
How much of a distance do I have on this dude?
You've probably got a good, 80 feet on him by now.
Okay.
Slow him down.
Instead of running, I'm going to turn. I'm going to cast Entangle.
He's in a clearing, but there's still grass, so that still works.
Yeah. As long as it's not rock, I'm assuming that works. I think it would be
go ahead and boop that.
Tall grass, weeds, and other plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless they're brush hogging this clearing, I'm not sure about the tall grass.
They might be.
Boop, please.
Boop it. Okay.
Yes.
No, it's cast. Cast, just cast.
Yeah, just boop it to cast.
Yeah. Click the
spell level. Oh,
it's spell level 1.
One. Yes.
You only have first levels.
Who never casts spells?
It's all right. That's why I was telling you.
That's okay. DC reflex 14. He does not make his save.
Cool. Let's make their save as normal. Turn.
And then movement and gain the entangled condition. So yeah, immediately just weeds and tall grass just snake up his breeches, in his boots, some gets all up on his arms, around his wrists. Shit! Hi! There's a druid!
I'm gonna take this opportunity.
Hello!
To make this guy never bother scan. I'm gonna cast blindness deafness on him. I'm gonna choose blindness, by the way.
Wait, do you not have to see for that?
I can see him.
He's past the mist, so.
Oh yeah, I can see. He ran past the mist. The mist is between us, so I can stick my head out of the cart and see him.
Are you going to stick your head out of the cart though?
Yeah, he's the only person, and then he's gonna be blind. He'll never see me again. It's permanent.
Yeah, it is technically permanent, but it is dismissible.
I can dismiss
which
it.
Which is why that one guy,
I was nice to that one guy. I let him see again. I might be nice to this guy. Who knows?
So it's Fortitude DC 17. Well, let's see.
It's okay.
This is a good save.
I've got 2 more.
Nope.
Okay, I was gonna say I've got 2 more too. So that guy's blind now.
Yep.
All right, Sam, we can go. That's literally I'm just be like. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna motion to Sam because I still want them to think this is ghosts. So I'm gonna wave at Sam and show that we can run.
Okay. I didn't save that spell either, right? Yeah.
No, you did not.
So you flail out at Sam as that guy is just screaming and clawing at his eyes.
Oh yeah, let's run.
Yep.
He throws his sword in Sam's direction. It falls off the canyon.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's nowhere. It's not even actually aimed at you properly because he's fucking blind.
Yeah.
So you guys try to break for it, cut back across the clearing into the trees.
God damn, I really want to fuck with this guy though.
I mean, you could just go kill him. He's blind and entangled. He's the most helpless man of all time.
It's emotionally killing him. No,
this is not Thursday, guys.
And also, he's technically not helpless.
Not killing him.
Yeah, he's
technically not helpless.
He can
wrestle.
He's gonna be way easier to hit.
Oh yeah,
because he's flat-footed now. And
I'm just gonna.
I mean,
Fuck it. They know.
I
we're
will
here.
warn you, there are other people who are going to come investigate.
I'm trying
right
to leave.
now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hustling to leave. I'm not trying to stick around and fight this guy or murder this guy or whatever. I'm trying to get out of here.
No. Yeah, I'm just going to leave.
Okay.
I'll tell you what
Because
I
I was
want
about to roll a whole bunch of longbow attacks on you.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
You stayed.
I'm getting out.
Because if you
I really
get
wanted to
back
yell
into the
at him.
trees,
Yeah.
there's
I really
more
wanted
than
to yell
6
at him and
dudes.
stuff. Yeah. Oh.
Just so you know, there's more than 6 dudes. Like, there were apparently some kind of part way across the bridge. So even though these 3 ran after you, there's 3 kind of right at the end of it. They, wrestle with that one panicked guy. They run over, and you can see them stop like around the mist, and they kind of move around it, and they're looking down the road, and then immediately 6 more people come up. Guys, there's this fucking ghost! I'm telling you, it's ghosts! I can't see! Son of a bitch!
That's there for
It
5
cursed
minutes.
me!
So,
So, that's what's happening in the background for you guys.
As we just haul ass away. Yes. Love it.
You hear the sound of cart, like rickety wheels of a cart, and then a crashing noise
Push it off
behind
the
you.
edge. They're like, fuck this,
Maybe.
it's haunted. So they just push off. Hey, that's smart.
Baby.
That's funny.
I think that's only going to anchor the ghosts.
It can haunt the fucking bottom of the canyon. So yeah, you guys get away. Lamia, you have a nice, relaxing time back at camp.
Yeah. Just
hanging out.
It's kind of peaceful. It's pretty warm, but now the sun's going down. It's just kind of a light misting of rain. You're outside,
It's
which is
amazing.
great. It's really it's
did
really
Sam
nice.
leave
You hear
his
this
hawk?
loud crashing noise up ahead.
Yeah, the hawk is with you.
oh yeah. Then I would have been talking to the hawk. Just dumb stuff.
You
So
know
there's
how
a-
you do
you hear
when
this, like-
somebody leaves their pet with you and you just have full-blown conversations with said pet as if they're
Yep.
speaking back to you? Yeah, 100%.
So you hear like these very distant screams. Probably a little concerning for a moment. And they stop. There's like this loud like splintering. It's still really far away. Like you can tell it's loud because you can hear it from here. And then a few minutes later you hear like breathless people approaching and thump, footsteps. And here comes Sam and Eli.
Oh.
Well, we're probably not getting across the bridge. There's a lot more than 6 of them.
Oh, there's more than 6. There's one less than what they have now, but there's more than 6.
Oh, that reminds me, I forgot. I do dispel blindness. Won't leave people blind forever.
That has
It's
an
not
effect,
that
of
big of a
course.
jerk, so yeah.
We don't know.
Are you guys okay?
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
We
Oh.
we kind of riled up the hornet's nest though.
Gotta get my
Yeah.
cardio up.
Sure sounds like it.
Um,
So
they definitely killed more people. I touched a dead body. I didn't get to tell you this, Sam. In the
Oh,
wagon,
man.
in the wagon, there was definitely some dead folks. At least one.
I'm sorry.
I was too busy freaking out about the fact that I was laying next to a dead body and that you were being chased. Pay attention to how many there were in there.
I wasn't like if we both hid in that cart, we would have probably been easy to find. So I was like, lure them off and you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, it worked because then they had to run right through the mist, so
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Good plan.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Not Clover's party was able to actually get through then.
Great question. It was.
Could have been Clover's party. I don't know.
It could have. It was about 4 people ish, probably, based on the size of the wagon. And we've got 2 bodies accounted for because you said you saw him throw what looked like a body off of the cliff. So that's, and I landed on one. So that's 2 bodies accounted for at least. So who knows? But there's a lot more than 6 of them. I don't necessarily think we can just take them straight up in a fair fight.
There's also a horse somewhere out there. Somewhere.
So, yeah, they stole a horse or killed the horse or ate a horse or oh, that's just gross. Anyways, they did something negative with the horse.
I mean,
yes.
I know. I guess it was quick because you were panicking about it, but you couldn't tell if it was Clover, Lilium, or Willow at all. That body
there
you
was
were next
a
to?
dead body. It wasn't
It was also
particularly
bundled.
memory jogging.
Yeah.
It was wrapped up. It was the shape of a body. It was
You very clearly felt like a nose.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
probably what gave it away. Yeah.
It was squishy and wet in some spots where I assume there was both blood and then also rainwater. So I don't know.
I guess I'm just upset because they went ahead and set up 2 parties to block people out here.
And
These could also be the same guys from before. They could have. That's why there's more than 6 of them, right? Is the guys we ran into earlier did whatever they're supposed to do and then probably retreated back here. So, because there's so many, that's what I'm thinking. Because if not, that's a ton of guys. Like, but who knows?
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, sorry. Everything was like...
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Doing that. Yeah, that's what I
Yep,
was
internet
thinking.
connection unstable. Hold on.
Speaking of that, though,
No!
I need.
We're not dropping that many frames. It was just like a
That's good.
blip.
I think it is actually good time for a break, anyways, because 10:30. It's normally when we take a break. So if we take a
Yeah.
5 right now, let the
Yeah.
internet.
Let's
we'll
that
let the
sort itself
internet catch back up. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
We're just going so
Clear up a little
fast.
bit.
I pray.
Yeah, we didn't drop any frames, so we're probably okay. But yeah,
That's good.
we'll we're just gonna we'll take a quick 5. It shouldn't take that much time, so we'll be back. We'll take 7 just so we come back at like a
Come back at
5 after
an increment of 5.
to like 45. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
45
music will stay on. We're just going to the away screen. We'll be right
Music.
back.
Well,
be
I
right
mean, the
back.
music's doing that thing where when we're talking, we can't hear. Oh, shoot. Get off my phone. There we go.
Ah, gotcha. No, anyway,
All right.
so we're back,
We are back.
and it is time to continue.
So
I definitely
it
didn't
sounds,
eat an entire sandwich in that break time.
So it sounds like we're going to have to just try and find a way, a path that has less water so we can cross.
I mean, yeah, that seems like what we're gonna have to do, because there's just a lot of folks on that bridge, and I can't see us scooting by them all. We just don't have the range to make the mist hit them like from the trees when we're approaching, and then I can't make everybody blind.
Okay then. Did we want to do a little of that tonight and tent somewhere else, or?
Yeah, I think we should move on because if they come looking for us, we're pretty close.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we should move camp, but we're gonna just have to settle down and start looking for a place to cross in the morning.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Then I guess we work on moving camp.
Okay. So breaking camp takes some time. What's going to happen is probably count this as a hustle to try to get somewhere that's reasonably safe away from scouting parties, at least one space outside of this one.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you're not going to just sit there and follow the river and then have to backtrack and cross the bridge when you wake up in the morning. You're going to go across the bridge now.
Yeah.
So we'll move you over here. That's just fine. No real checks needed as far as getting there go. But I do need constitution checks from everyone.
Oh, good.
Just from the exertion, because it's just not
Yeah.
easy to travel.
I get it.
And two of you just,
Constitution?
yeah, 2 of you just had like a long ass sprint. So just a con check.
Did not do the what the heck? I clicked the con check. Let's go.
I probably shouldn't even made Lamia roll, honestly.
There we go.
Sounds good.
Wah, wah, wah.
Eli, you are fatigued. That's okay.
Okay.
Or Mr. Casty Man. And you have
Yeah,
first
Casty Man.
watch.
don't
I
need
said
those
Mr.
stats.
Casty Man.
I don't need strength or dex.
He's also a misty casty man.
It's an
He
illusion
casts a
spell.
mist.
Okay,
Sorry.
one
I
was-
The
have
mi-
a lot of illusion spells.
Mist means something entirely different to me, so
I cast mist.
Haunted. Haunted
Haunted
ghosty
mist.
mist.
Yeah.
Anyway,
ghosty mist.
so Eli, your first watch, and then who was second?
I was.
Lamia. Okay, I have it in order. And then not Eli, Sam. No event.
Whew. Good. I rolled trash on my perception. Does that count as you rolling it? That one?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
I would. Does it? Yeah. Technically, I did roll the die because you guys can't run the mac. If you guys run the macro, it doesn't roll everybody else's.
Yeah.
It only rolls
yours.
ours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, DM is in the lead for the snail count tonight.
Oh damn! That was supposed to be a 30% event chance, but it still doesn't make an event.
Right.
It was literally 31. So, cool. So you guys get out there, manage to set camp back up. You guys can tell that Eli is dragging a bit. He doesn't have a bad work ethic or anything like that. It's just so he's not like being lazy, but you can tell that he's very much slowing down. Like the adrenaline dump is real.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we the employers would definitely say, "You lazy bum."
When we I'm the boss. I get to be lazy.
Employers?
When we set up for
Employees,
watch
sorry.
2, my watch is me with the I pull the cloak over my head and I'm just leaning on a thing, so I'm just as still and as quiet as I can be. I won't fall asleep, I promise. Just sitting there as stealthy as I could be,
drinking tea. But yeah, you guys get through the night. The weather seems to be a little worse the next day. Still not cats and dogs like it was the other day, but it's definitely fucking hot, but it is raining a bit harder. Don't see any evidence of anyone watching you or having come checked out your camp, anything like that. So you're gonna break camp and, assuming, head back toward the river.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gotta start our journey.
You make use of the bridge again, head south a little bit, and then head up so you don't have to cross the smaller one. Cool.
Yeah. So we're not so we're gonna hook. I'd say we'd cross the bridge and we'd hook up that small tributary a little ways, so we make sure we're far enough away from the bridge, since we can use that as a landmark to make sure we're not gonna stumble near the bridge area, because we want to be well north of it.
Okay. So you head back up there towards it. Yeah, you finally get to the main body of the river again, and as I kind of stated before, it is an intimidating thing to look at. It's one thing to look at a map and see, a dark line or a blue streak across it if it's colored, but it's another to be that close to it with just this solidified windstorm flowing next by you. It's loud, and again, not being able to tell the depth. It's just this unknown force. I mean, it's known unknown, right? It's water. We all know what water is, but anyway, I'll stop saying it weird.
It's pouring on top of us right now.
What? You're
but
saying
just looking at it. But just looking at it, it's you can easily see how you could just be gone in an instant if you make a mistake here.
Yes.
Granted, now that you're here, what is the plan? Do you start building a raft? Are you going to take time and try to find the safest spot to cross? Or are you going to just what's the go?
I would think it's smart if we split the tasks, right? But the problem is Sam is going to be the only person who can do both of them well.
Yes.
And
I think you should probably ease up, and you're looking a little worse for wear, so you might need to take a break.
After a night's rest, the fatigue is gone. That's automatic.
But that said,
Oh, that's right. I need to heal myself.
So what I would say we could do is, I can stick around here and try and find wood and stuff that will hopefully be not super waterlogged and whatever, because that's going to be our biggest downside, is how wet it is. So I can try and find something we can actually use that's going to hopefully float, and you can find somewhere good to actually cross. And then when you get done with that, we can work on building something that'll help us get across.
And really, apparently, it's more about water displacement. Like it's about creating a surface area. I don't know. My grandma explained this with a coffee cup and a bucket.
I'll try and find big pieces of wood then. I don't know. And
Llama, you might be able to help him. I mean, if we take off some of these branches on, well, I guess what kind of trees are native to this region? Are there?
Or I don't know. They're trees.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. That's
I don't want to.
That's
look
a
it
weird
up
thing
right
to
now.
pull up on you. You know?
So, yeah. Well, you can. Try
Normally,
to
no, I
across-
would, but
I'm like, if it's like
considering
bamboo, we got like.
it's not
Yeah,
bamboo.
no, that's great.
it's
you know?
definitely
I will give you, against my better judgment, a fish hook. No, I will give you. I got string and hemp rope, like 50 feet of each of those. I'll give you so you can check depth and stuff with some like the metal like pittons you could tie to use as like a depth gauge. And then because I've got all of those things. Yeah.
I believe I have a piece of charcoal on me, or chalk. I can't remember which one. Yeah, something like that.
I believe you have chalk.
But yeah, I could definitely help
Yes.
Eli. And this time, if if a shadow ends up talking to him, he might pay attention to it.
Maybe. And then I'll just see what else I got. Okay, yeah, man.
If you have any helpful gear.
Not much. It's going to be helpful with knocking down trees. Most of my stuff is for exploring and stuff like that. I don't have like a ton of those things that are.
Yeah, my
Super
battle
useful.
axe is probably the most helpful of my stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. You're gonna wear it out chopping a tree down, but it is an
Yeah.
axe.
Yeah.
It is an axe.
I mean, that's okay. I've got a whetstone. We can sharpen it.
Well, that's not the only problem, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Wood
do have a
axes
whetstone.
and people killing axes are two different things.
They are.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so. I thought all axes were the same. My goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
so Sam, you're gonna look for best place to
Yes.
cross and try to figure out the depth.
Yeah.
And then you guys are gonna try to gather materials for a raft. Like, what are you trying to actually
Flotation
get? Or you're
devices.
just
I'm
getting
trying to get
stuff?
big pieces of wood that could
Yeah.
feasibly float in this river. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not experienced enough outdoors man in character to know how to make anything to get across this river. I just know I need wood that is reasonably large.
And one of you is at least trained in survival, even though that's not really a crafting skill, but
That'll help. Yeah.
It'll help in this case. Okay, so you guys, so Lamia, this is going to be, you're the only one trained in survival, so you're going to be the lead on this.
Okay.
But Eli can assist.
Right.
It's pretty much going to be just a DC 10 wisdom check for you, because I know you don't have any points. To see if you can aid.
Nope. Sure don't. I don't have any points in wisdom either.
But you have eyes. So
Yep. Here's my roll to see if I can aid.
Eli has 2 eyes.
I rolled a 6. I do.
But he doesn't act like it. No, I'm kidding.
I have two whole eyes. It's great.
So you're mostly a set of hands, is what this comes down to here.
Yeah.
Is like you're noticing stuff, but it's like, I don't know if that's good enough or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you're carrying things or whatever.
All right. So roll survival.
So survival flat. 10. Okay. So you're just gonna spend some time walking around trying to gather these materials. It's pretty clear early on, like Lamia, this isn't your specialty either. You've never built a flotation device before.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of going off like, okay, what I know how things float, and that we're gonna need to like tie stuff together. So we're gonna need some fibers, and we're gonna need some. So you're trying, right?
I'm also like I said, I gave rope to Sam, but I also still have more rope just because I had a 50-foot hemp rope and a 50-foot silk rope. Because I got
Nice.
the fancy dungeoneering kit, so we do have good, solid rope to tie stuff with.
Speaking of Sam,
And I have a robe of infinite twine still.
so Sam,
Good item. I love that item.
you're checking out this river. I'm assuming you're head up north so that you're not going towards the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You trek along for a while. Occasionally you see if you can like check depth, and there's a lot of spots where you're just like, most of this rope is going to the point that like you're not even the pittons aren't even like heavy enough that like once you've gotten to like 30 feet or so, it's like, dude, this is pointless. We're not crossing here. I won't even be able to tell whenever it hits the bottom if it does with that length.
It's just getting the current strong enough. It's just getting drugged down.
It's
So
just
like,
moving,
it might have
yeah.
already hit the bottom. It's going that way so far.
The
So you're checking
resistance
this
to the
spot.
rope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, now fuck this spot, and you just keep moving, right? So as you're going, you do see up ahead, you do notice something in the trees, and as you get closer, it becomes obvious to you that you're seeing the edge of what looks like a tent. Like there might be a campsite up there.
Oh, buddy. Uh-huh.
Say about 100 yards away, 300 feet. It's cleared up enough that it's just like, okay, yeah, that's a tent sticking out of there because it's not the right, it's not the color of the trees or anything. It's pretty obvious.
What are the chances everybody wants to kill me in this forest? And I'm gonna do a
Not
stealth-
zero.
Yeah, not
Apparently
zero.
not high enough that you're not willing to gamble.
You're gonna sneak,
but,
you're gonna stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sneaky peeky
Okay, give me a stealth check.
in a forest.
Yes. Yeah, I assume you're going into the trees. 25, nice. So you close in pretty close. You start to be able to pick out some more details. You can see this. I mean, this is definitely not a tent meant for like keeping you hidden. It's probably more recreational. Though it is. I mean, it's sturdy. It's well made, but it's not like meant. It doesn't have like any kind of camouflage or anything like that on it. It's kind of it's got like kind of an orangish color to it. There's like some blue seams and things to it. Which blue's not. That's not even like a cheap color to make. So whoever's out here did not put this here to be like undetected.
Mm-hmm.
Moving through the trees, so you get like a better look at the actual campsite. You do see what looks like a smoldering campfire. You can see like little wisps of smoke still coming up, not strong enough that you'd see them above the trees or anything like that. You see that the flap of the tent is partially open. It looks like it's big enough for me. It's a pretty big tent as well. Looks like it might fit like four people comfortably. You could just barely see someone inside it. You can see like maybe like a boot of someone like laying down in the tent, and you see another person kind of kneeling down. You can kind of see their back. You see like a cloak over them. You can tell that they're moving. You can just barely hear a voice, like they're kind of muttering to themselves a little.
All right.
Do you approach?
I'm going to have my sorry, I'm trying to read what it was actually called. No, don't attack with it. Okay, that's the named arrow attack. Sorry. I forgot I just made a whole nother bow for the named arrows.
I
For an
did
attack.
that earlier today.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I forgot. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have that longbow composite 2 out. Even though I'm much more adept, I want to say, with the Falcon Magnum.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
It's not raining so hard that you can't use the bow, so.
sneaky like, I'm gonna find a rock. There's something nearby that's kind of hefty. I'm just gonna go and throw it kind of in that clearing. Or
For what? An arrow?
no, rock.
Like a big rock. Okay.
That make a noise to see if they'll poke their head out. Mainly, I want to try and identify who or what this is. Because if it comes out all bloody, I'm like, oh, cool, that's eating somebody. You know, like, yes, good man flesh.
Loud clack, and you see the person inside the tent freeze for a second. And you kind of see the form like heave, almost like a sigh, and then they stand up, turn around with a rapier. You can see it's Clover. Looks like he's got a bandage down over his right eye. His hair's all like matted and kind of mussed up. Clothes are a little bit torn up. He looks over where the rock was. That's a pretty basic trick. You may as well come out and get this over with.
I just kind of pop up and go, oh!
Fucking pop goes the Samuel.
Dagger just flies by your face.
Yeah. Shit.
He does for a second start to incant a spell. It's, oh, the hell are you doing out here?
Well,
He starts walking towards you. Still has the rapier out.
yeah, I'll put the arrow back and. Well, I'm trying to cross this river. Well, no, you headed up this way. It looks like.
Why? Did Clint send you?
My memory's not good enough. Like, should I tell him that? I don't remember.
I don't know.
So all we know is we're fairly certain that this is not Clover.
Yeah, it's.
We don't know, but we're pretty sure that this isn't Clover. I don't think we ever made a determination on what to do if we ran into him.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think we ever got.
Hey, look in this mirror,
plan
real
for
quick.
that.
To answer your question, Panda,
I'm pretty sure the Noddleganger said it was not a nice being.
no. I mean,
as well.
did Clint send us? Yes or no?
No,
I
he's
mean-
asking if he should tell him or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows Clint
Oh,
He
sent you.
knows
okay.
Clint sent us,
But
He's asking
not if he should tell
him or not. So
Yeah.
the Noddleganger said this is not necessarily a nice being. However,
Because I'm not gonna.
Because none
If-
of them are.
yes,
Wow.
if you act like we don't know that, that's probably the way to stay safest.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you out it, it probably will try and kill you.
Yeah. Probably should have. Just be like, send us up here to take care of some stuff. Are you all right? Hey, you look worse for wear.
So he didn't think that we were good enough for the job, huh?
Well,
Seems like he might have been right. No, I'm
Your words,
not
not me.
particularly okay. Willow and Lillian are alive, but this has not been an easy journey. A lot more resistance than we were expecting. Someone beat us up here.
yeah. We
I mean,
stuck past a group of them, but there's more.
wish there are. So, what did he send you to take care of? Are you supposed to back us up, or
Oh, something to do with that mine up there.
something to do with the mine? That's
Yeah,
intentionally vague.
I forgot. He told Eli all about it. I was more paying attention. Like with the stuff we did. I got this cool armor. I was kind of focused on that.
Give me a bluff real quick.
Okay. But is
A
it
shot.
true? Yeah.
Potentially hiding information, so.
Yeah, but do I actually remember why?
He
Oh.
cannot fail that.
Okay.
Wow.
So he
Yikes.
just sighs. Says, fine. Look, you don't trust me. You want to go check on them? Be my guest.
Um,
Look, we're just in no condition to continue the mission, so if that's what you're here for, I could be of assistance, but only if you're, willing to hear me out. Maybe share a bit.
Are they both in there?
Yeah. I'm out of spells, and it's been really difficult to recover them. Concussion. We'll live as long as nothing else comes out here hungry or vengeful or greedy. It's just going to take a bit to recover.
We've already ran into some of them troglodytes as well. They're not too keen on letting food escape.
Troglodytes are not the problem.
Oh, are you talking about the
men dressed as soldiers? Those are the problem.
Yes, that's what I meant.
There's an entire camp of them. Look, I think Modric somehow recruited this big ass group of roving bandits or mercs or something. I've heard about some of them in the area, but they're tougher than the stories made them seem, and there's a lot of them, and they're crafty.
Oh, shoot.
I was able to glean that they got a new leader a few years ago. And that's about it. But I think they're also going into the mine. We encountered them just outside it.
Yeah, shit. Well. Eli and Lamy are just down the way. Not too far.
I want to bring them. I can't really bring these two to them.
Yeah, no. It'd be better if we're all in one place. That way, if they do happen upon us, we can at least keep y'all safe.
That would be appreciated. I'm not going anywhere.
Here, pull out the cure light potion that's in the fancy bottle out.
The fancy one.
I was like, I just reuse this bottle because it looks good. It's just one of the basic ones. That might get you up top in case something gets at you when I'm gone.
You reach it out. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That might clear my head a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
I
man.
can actually heal the others.
Can I?
He immediately drinks it.
Can I get? I know it's dumb doing this right after I give him the healing, but maybe tomorrow can I heal the others? Can I get a sense motive on that? If he's on the up and up. Okay.
Yay, healed 7.
Also, I get to roll it. 8.
Yeah.
Yay!
You can't tell. He just looks fucking ragged. Doesn't look like he's completely. Like when you said he had a concussion, you're kind of notice he's a little bit foggy. Occasionally, there's like a slurred word. You believe him.
All right. Even it's kind of one of those things. Like I know he's not the original Clover, but he's still the Clover that I met and talked to. You know, like that Clover I never even met. The one Clover. So
right. At least you've met this guy, and I mean, he does look very injured. Looks a little bit better after the potion, but
yeah. All right. I'm gonna go skedaddle. I was trying to find. You haven't scouted this river out at all, have you? You'll find a shallow spot.
Yeah, we were able to cross it. Actually, there's a spot a little further north. There's a bend, and that's about where it's slowest. It's fairly sharp. Kind of goes like juts west and then back toward the east again a little bit. It's less than a stretch of a quarter mile, but it's enough that it slows it down a bit. It's kind of a muddy little islet sort of in the middle of it. You can get across that spot pretty easily, at least when we did it a couple of days ago.
Did you float across, or did you try and swim?
No, they both crossed, and we just got a rope, and I used that to move across it, but we pulled that up when we retreated.
Okay. Well, we could probably do the same. Eli's not too keen on swimming.
Yeah. swimming would be a disaster. Not too far after the bend, the current really picks up, and I don't think anybody's crossing that space.
All right. Well, you keep a eye out. That was actually
one.
unintentional.
I'll be sure to do that.
You got lots of practice on Thursday.
Didn't mean it like that. But yeah, stay safe, okay? And
what kind of bard can't take a joke? But yeah, I'll be here. It'd be good to at least catch up with all of you for a moment.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know. We'll try and make sure these two are attended to as well. I mean, I know that was the last one I had, but maybe I'm not saying they'll give you theirs, but we'll help you out the best we can. I'm gonna skedaddle.
If you're planning on going to that mine, you should keep as many as you can to yourself.
Yeah.
As long as I don't get killed today, I should be okay by tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. Do you mind if I go in and say something real quick to them? I mean, I'm just gonna. I'm not like a healer or nothing, but I'm gonna say a little prayer.
Yeah, I don't think they'll mind.
Okay. Be right back. I'm gonna poke my head in the tent.
They don't look good. You can definitely see they're both.
I was gonna say they're zombies.
You can see that they're both breathing, but you see Willow's chest is like completely bandaged up. Like he's obviously not in any armor or anything. Just like completely bandaged chest. There's a big red spot on the front of it. He was probably about to get his bandages changed. It's probably what was about to happen. And his face is really badly bruised up, and you can see that it looks like there's a splint on his left arm. Mm-hmm. And then Lilium, as far as you can tell, just has like a pretty deep gash on like across like the top of their head, but they're just like unconscious right now.
Okay. And I'm actually gonna kneel and I'm gonna pray to Mr. Gaia. I know I'm not a cleric, but hell, at this point I might multi-class.
Or druid.
Or druid. Yeah, that works too. Yeah. Didn't think about that.
You've been a druid before now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Branching out of my rangerness. And I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do it.
You don't have to like RP.
I'm just gonna say, try and look after these two. I know they'll go back into the cycle someday, but I don't believe this is their time. And just keep a watch on them.
Hydrate.
On all of them. Hydrate.
I got
Hydrate.
Let's pull it up.
Keep a watch over all of them. Hold on. First,
I hydrated too much.
Yeah. You also.
But I tried.
Get over yourself because I did.
There we go.
Listen, I'm the only one who's got a hole in their lip here. Well, not anymore, but
had. He used to have like a huge.
Oh my god, we're being raided!
I
Holy
still got the
crap!
scar.
Hi.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
what up?
No words.
Thank you for the raid train.
How it goes?
One of
We
y'all
are playing Into the Storm, our homebrew campaign in my world of Hayethe. It's in Pathfinder 1st Edition, which if you're coming from Scotch channel, then you're very familiar with that. And welcome.
Can one of y'all do a shout out thing? Link his deal? But Ross, I'd be doing that.
We have the Discord one always on there.
No, there should be a shout out.
The auto. Thanks for rating kind of thing.
Yeah. Are you working on that, Dave?
Nick, what? Me? No, I'm not doing
trying to do the shout out deal.
I don't have the thing. I wasn't. Sorry, I didn't have my Twitch pulled up. I was on Roll20. Let me move into there and I can look at that. Sorry.
Anyway, keep an eye on these groups. I'm currently giving a prayer over some wounded people.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Keep an eye out on these two. Keep an eye on all three of them. Get up. kind of just kind of tap the ground near him because I don't want to pat them.
Clover
All right.
has finally sheathed the rapier. Goes and takes a seat kind of at the entrance of the tent and says, "I'll see you in a bit."
Yeah. Just sun rounds up on you, give a holler, we can hustle. Or at least I can today.
Well, we'll see. I'm not out of all of my spells, just the healy ones.
All right. Well, I'll be back. And I'll take off.
Freaking ads.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say it like FIFA for the PS5.
oh, mine was a Sprite ad.
Wow. That was the first one. Now I'm getting a League of Legends Coke one. Coke, how dare you? I expect this from Pepsi. From one toxic thing to another.
So
Panda makes his way. Or Sam
you
makes
leave
his
and
way
head
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys have gathered some materials, like you found a lot of wood. You found like you got like a lot of like plant material that you think you could like turn into fibers. You like mess with like, rough it up with some rocks and like braid it and stuff to really get it to be taut. It'll take a bit of time. You're trying to actually make something. You know that much. The problem is the actual like going from, okay, I've made fibers to I've made a flotation device.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you. Good night, Scott.
Good night.
Oh,
yes.
thank
Good
you.
night. Oh yes, thank you.
Bedtime.
Oh, jeez. That was a lot of bits.
Yeah,
Holy
it was.
shit.
Bit of the
Hell
bits.
yeah, dude.
Bits of the bits.
Big preach. Sweet dreams. Okay. You guys get back. Or you get back to them. You see like this pile of stuff that they've gathered, and I'm assuming it's probably both of them are sitting there trying to like braid together like plant fiber.
Would my craft clothing help at all with that?
No. You're not putting together your own. I mean, you know what? Fine. I'll let you roll it at -4.
-4? Okay.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily.
I'll do -6 because my thing is already on there, so.
Oh, the
Ellie. Well, so nice you gift today. Thank you for the gifted sub. To our
Good
Aw.
summon
job!
squad.
Aw! There you are,
Nice.
Summon Snake.
Hey,
Good
Snake
job,
doesn't have
Ellie.
ads anymore.
Yeah,
Boop, 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 boop.
that's the way to do it.
Hey, look, I ain't got the money to pay somebody to make us emotes. Not yet, at least.
No. We're
We're
working
getting
on it.
there.
We're thinking
We're
about
working on it.
It's me.
it.
I mean, High is a great emote. I'm not even front.
Hi.
It's pretty good.
Is what I did earlier to the, Clover accidentally. Oh. Just, hi.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Oh, hey.
Please don't kill me.
Hey.
Like a
How you
groundhog
doing there?
popping out of a hole that you thought
I
was
don't
a
have any water in this. Put that down.
snake or something. Yeah. Like. Oh.
But sorry,
It's
yes.
just-
They have a pile of stuff. They're making things. Lamia's made quite a bit. Eli's working on one really long one. You can see he's been getting better as he goes along,
Somebody else is gifting us something.
That's just Molly.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, Molly.
I wanted to
Yes.
know what a hype
Yeah.
train would look like, so.
We got one once when
Anyway,
Scott
our
rated us
first.
the other time.
No.
But,
one of those
but yeah,
times.
let's
Yes.
keep rolling. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah. sorry.
Oh gosh, I gotta quit running.
You okay?
Well, you need to run.
I haven't been this
more.
bad since Ginger was a foal and got out of her pen. But no, I found Clover and the rest of the group. They're kicking, but barely.
Oh,
Yeah, and they
you found Clover?
yeah, a little worse for wear. I wasn't sure how much I should tell them, so I kind of was like, oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Jesus, Ellie.
Kind
Keep going.
of half
Keep going.
lied to him. Oh, Hayethe help me. So I don't know, because we know it's like not actually Clover, but that's the Clover. That's the only Clover I do. So, I helped him out a little bit. The other two are breathing; they're just unconscious. They're tore up pretty bad, but they crossed way up the river to him for it, and then drug him across with a rope. So we are y'all getting the fire ready to like so we can work during the night, or
Well, I mean,
this
no,
branch
we're
is
just
like
doing this right now. We weren't doing, Anyways, so where are they? Just
up the ways for a bit, about however far I traveled.
okay.
A little less than an hour.
Okay, well, less than an hour. Yeah. And I was taking breaks to throw
Well, then-
stuff in and check it. So, I mean,
Okay. So we're going to go back to them then, right? Lead away.
okay.
That's what you said.
So you lead them back.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys get back up there into the trees. You see, as I described before, you can see this big tent. You see Clover, this big bandage over his right eye, sitting at the mouth of it. Oh, welcome everyone to my humble abode. I'd roll out the red carpet for you, but I have nothing else to say on that. I feel pretty bad.
It's all right, buddy.
He gets up.
So, don't look too good, that's for sure. I'm guessing you ran into the squatted jerks that
The
everybody
people by the
apparently has been running
bridge.
into. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Modric hired a lot of muscle, and they beat us here. We ran right into them, and it was not pretty. They just had the numbers on us, and they're crafty.
What makes you think it was House Modric to do that?
Too organized, and this isn't a good place for bandits to be. They hit the roads or closer to them. Why'd they be up here by this mine, by a place that's just a historical site and known to be incredibly dangerous? Nobody's here to take money from.
I guess
Very
that
reasonable assumption
makes
for me.
sense.
I mean,
Plus,
that's
we knew Modric was sending someone.
right, and that's the
That's what we
assumption we
found.
were working off for the most part anyways, is that that's who hired them, based off of what Sam heard.
Yeah. All I know is I was briefly captured before we made our escape. That's how I found out that apparently they got a new leader a few years back, and they've been getting better work since then.
I'm just glad it's not our fault, because the bandits we took care of, we dispersed recently, so it's not their group.
Well, it's
Well-
more like they dispersed themselves, but
They were also pretty far away
Who
from
knows?
here.
Either way, these guys are good ambushers.
oh, that's not good.
the
Lamia
good news-
immediately starts to be on edge and looking around.
Because, well, the good news is if they were here to get something, this was 3 days ago that we ran into them. 2 days ago? 2 days ago that we ran into them. And if they were trying to get something out of those mines, they probably got it by now.
Well, I wasn't there, but did they look like they were trying to move on?
Well, they're-
I'm asking.
Yeah.
No, so they're just
No.
guarding the bridge,
Yeah.
basically. They're just standing around the bridge, preventing people from going that way.
And they're still killing people, so.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
unless that wagon was you guys's.
No, why would we bring a wagon?
Yeah, well, that's what my point was, is that it had to be somebody else. And also, your party is here and accounted for. The unfortunate bloke or lass that I landed on was probably someone else.
It's horrible. No, it wasn't us. We saw the force there at the bridge. I managed to talk to them briefly. I just let them turn me away.
Kind of what we did. We ran into them on the road going towards the bridge, like well before the bridge, during the storm.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
They turned us around. So we just
So you're
let
saying, I thought for a second you were saying that's kind of what we did to the people at the bridge. I was like,
Oh,
no, it is
right?
not.
It's like we
They
did
let
not
us-
roll
no,
that
they let
bluff.
us. We let them turn us around when we met them before.
Yeah,
So yeah,
we headed north instead. It was a lot tougher. But I'm glad we beat that storm. Sounds like you guys probably ran right into it.
we did indeed. We had a bit of trouble with that, but and some troglodytes. But other than that, I think we're good.
We've seen a few. But look, if you're here to pick up where we left off, we're out of supplies other than a few rations and things, we can probably make it back once I heal the other two.
Right. Yeah, we
But
definitely
we're in
thought
no
you
shape to
guys
keep fighting.
were, gone already or something. We didn't know what happened to you. That's kind of why we came to check,
Yeah.
because we were worried that you guys ran into something like this.
Yeah, unfortunately we did. We were really careful, but look, again, if we're lucky at this point, they've gotten whatever they're going to get and left, but it would still be good to examine the place. Maybe
Right.
just even seeing what's missing or
Exactly.
something was torn up could help.
Mhm.
So,
It's kind of the thought
if that's what
process.
you're up to, best of luck. Just be really careful.
We're gonna be. Unless you've got any tips on how to get across this river.
Yeah, just up to the north, there's a sharp bend. You can cross right in the center of it. There's a little muddy islet in the middle. You won't see it, but you know it's there when you're crossing. It makes it a lot easier.
Okay.
Willow and Lilium both crossed before me and got a rope set up, and we did the whole thing. But we pulled it up when we retreated, though, of course. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not there for you to use.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll have to do that and try and be as discreet as we can be.
How many
Is there anything
troglodytes
else?
did you run into, by the way?
It's 2 small groups, but there's apparently a lot more.
Shit, that's what I was worried about. I would say that we'd heal up and try to be a fallback point for you, but we really got to get out of here.
Yeah, no, I think you guys definitely got to get out of here. Is there anything we can do to help you guys expedite that process? Because right now you're just sitting ducks.
Yeah, we're hunkered down. Honestly, the whole reason I had the tent sticking out here was just in case we could flag down any passersby. I just figured we'd deal with it if it was others. They didn't have a real reason to come up to this spot, so I'm glad it was you. But now that we've spotted you, I'll probably move the tent. We really just need a day to rest. Thanks to Sam, I've healed a little. My head feels a lot clearer. I think once I've got an adequate night's rest, I'll be able to recover the other two, and we'll just get out of here.
We'll help you move the tent, and we'll bring our camp up this way so we can all kind of, safety in numbers kind of thing. And then we'll see you guys off, and then we'll cross the river tomorrow.
All right, sounds like a plan.
I do like that.
All right, sounds good to me too. So Wami, you night and go break camp. Sam, if you don't mind checking out the spot that Clover told you about, just so we can get a good fix on where we need to go.
Yeah.
Since you're the one who's going to know it best, and we can break camp easy enough. And we'll bring
Yep.
stuff up here.
And Sam was never seen again. Because
You run into
that
somebody
sure
else
is
that
a
you
river.
thought was lost. You
Ain't
run
it?
into somebody completely different.
wow, we can just cross on this real big log right
The big log is intimidating. Yeah.
here. It's just like I take a step onto it. Ow. Oh no.
But anyway, so you go check it out. While they
Yes,
break
yes.
camp and bring stuff over. You see exactly what he's talking about. It's about 30 minutes away or so. It gets real muddy as you approach. So they're like, oh shit, yeah, it's gonna be a tough trek to get across, just because of your boots are gonna stick and that kind of stuff. But you go over and you check the depth. It's only about waist high at the deepest point that you find, which is much better than what you were seeing earlier. You do feel it get kind of shallow as you're approaching that spot, and then once you get to the bend itself, it's moving a lot slower. So that's going to be the best point you've got. You can't, unless you actually try to go out there by yourself, which is really dangerous. So I'm assuming you don't.
No.
You just kind of take his word for it that at the middle part is where that lump is. That's even
Yeah.
little islet that he said. You can kind of tell just by the flow of the water, but you just kind of have to take his word for it.
Yeah.
But you do find the spot pretty easily.
Hmm.
So you guys consolidate your camps together, and you just stay there for the night. Pretty much relax that day.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be best.
I mean, continue trying to make floaty stuff just in case. And working on
Yeah.
that, I guess. But yeah.
It's just some like wooden floaties that you like wrap around your arms. Like, hey, maybe that'll work.
Something.
You have to go in the water, he just
better
flips upside
than-
down.
Than not being able to float is what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. So.
Yeah.
Listen, I grew up in a basement, basically, guys. I've never been swimming recreationally in my existence.
We don't know that. Jeez.
I've told you that I never saw water until I was 15, though.
That doesn't mean anything to us.
Sure.
They don't know you're Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does. If somebody's like, if somebody today was like, listen, I've never been to a swimming pool until I was like an adult. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. You're probably not the most confident swimmer. Which is what I basically
Probably can't swim at all. Is probably what they'd assume, right?
Yeah.
But or you could dog a battle. But anyway, so you guys do that. Any things in specific you wanted to talk to Clover about or anything, or just kind of relax past the time?
I mean, I'm gonna just ask basic questions about what he ran into and anything he can tell me.
Oh, I wanted to
It's gonna
say,
help us avoid them.
and I wanted to say, man, you missed a hell of a thing back at the mansion.
Oh yeah, you missed the whole murder.
Yeah,
Whole bunch of
exactly.
stuff. Zombie Alvarok is crazy.
So,
Wild, as they'd
so
say.
you guys do sit there and chat with him and talk about other things. Okay, so just over the course of this, I'm not saying any of you either, like, honestly, just like let anything overt slip, but just to see if he gets an inkling that you're hiding something from him, because you are interacting with him throughout the day, and then watches and that kind of stuff. I'm assuming you don't make him take a watch, but still.
No.
I would like to get a bluff check from each of you.
Fuck me. Okay. Here's my bluff check.
Obviously, one of you's got a much better chance than others. Okay,
Hey, that one wasn't Carbo.
it wasn't. Eli, you're the only one that he might fail on.
That's funny.
I
Still
mean,
gotta roll
it just
bad.
makes sense.
Natural one.
Oh!
I'm definitely in the lead today. God
Yeah,
damn.
Diaz is in the
funny.
lead.
Snail bluff.
So he doesn't get any kind of inkling from you. And honestly, yours was the most important because
Yeah.
you're magically inclined. But with the other two of you, there is kind of a point where he's just like, or actually it'd probably be Sam, because he's already interacted with you earlier. He goes, so what was with the secrecy earlier? When I was asking you why you guys were up here. You really seem to not want to tell me.
He's talking to you, Sam.
Yeah, I know, I'm
He's
thinking.
thinking.
Oh, okay.
He had his
This is my
thinking
thinking
face
face.
Yeah, that is the thinking face.
Like, this is shit. No, man. I really only met you back at the manor. I don't really know all about you.
True.
And I like you well enough, but there's been a lot of shit happening and stuff I've seen and been told about that I can't, and that's above me, you know.
Oh, jeez, are you breaking up with me, Sam?
It did sound like that. Oh, that's funny.
I really thought we had something, you know?
Oh, that's so
Your feet
good.
are the perfect size, but I cannot.
Oh my
uh,
Oh,
Uh,
Sam.
I just. I want to be friends with you.
That was a lot of hesitation. Sorry, I think maybe I'm just hard reading a bit too much. Seems like there's something you really don't want to tell me.
Are they nearby? Or did he like?
Are they? It's your conversation, so it's up to you.
All right.
If you say no and they're like, I would not let Sam out of my sight, then that's up to them. But
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing whatever nonsense I'm doing, so I'm probably not paying attention.
I mean, I liked Miles a lot more, and I held a big secret from him. This guy might kill me if I tell him I know.
Piece of plant fiber ever. It's like fucking 17 feet long. It's just it's more and more just braiding.
Oh, Christ, all this Tom. Eli and Lamia were looking for Rahala when she was in the library. She went missing. And somebody said she saw her. We eventually found her, but things didn't line up. Like, somebody said she saw her when she couldn't possibly have been there. She had been missing that whole time, according to her.
Oh. So she's been a ghost the whole time. I've seen that twist before.
No, we met the ghost thing.
Oh. That's a very different genre of story. Okay.
And it wants Lamia, or not Lamia. It wants a person to inhabit.
Yeah.
You know, something about taking over their.
Not gonna volunteer, by the way.
Yeah, no. Now I'm confused if he knows, but yeah, you know you're possessed, right? No,
it's almost like
well, you can do a
from
sense
a dimension
motive.
made of secrets are really good liars.
Yeah.
Wow. Who would have thunk it?
You know what? I'm going to steal that line from you. Unlike beings that are all secretive and know things that aren't supposed to be known, I'm not very good at lying.
You're hinting at something.
I didn't see young Clover, did I? Somebody else. It was,
no, only Rahala and Eli saw.
Yeah.
Clover.
Rahala told us the damnedest thing. She saw you. But much younger.
Oh. Interesting.
Now, whatever you're doing, that's not up to me to do anything about that, but I'm just trying to deal with this other one that we got, right now with Rahal.
He locks eye with you. And
Mm-hmm.
there is a moment, the kind of a beat passes. Give me a will save real quick.
Okay.
Or are you about to be possessed?
Listen, we only have room for one person with an ancient evil being inhabiting their body right now.
Is this
Lonnie
fear?
is taking that up.
It is not fear.
Damn.
You hear in your head, oh, damn. I was really hoping you weren't telling the truth. And then Clover himself sighs out loud. Well, at the very least, you believe this story you're told. Okay. Let's say you did see some weird younger version of it. Does that mean anything to you?
I mean, the way people that are much smarter than me explained it, sort of yes.
Right.
But there's, according to them, there's not much I can do about it. So, I'll say that,
Didn't come find me to do something about it, did you?
I did not. I don't believe we either did too. I believe it's left best alone. Or now we're thinking of these bandits are kind of assholes, so we might have something to take care of them with, or at least one of them.
Well, they are bandits.
Yeah.
We should probably make this a group conversation.
Yeah.
Stands up. Okay.
I was worried about giving him I'll be honest, I was worried about giving you that healing potion, but I'm gonna say that you have feelings and wants and needs, so.
What?
Unfortunately.
Are you hitting on Clover now?
Maybe,
But
I don't
you're
know.
really sending me mixed signals.
Maybe, I
Just so
don't
you
know.
He is a bard.
He's such a good bard. He got you to hit on him instead of the other way around.
Really sending me mixed signals, buddy. But you guys do see Clover comes over and kind of waves at you and says, something we should probably all talk about.
Okay.
Same ask what your shoe size was?
No, worse.
I already know.
Sits down on a log. Yeah.
What's up?
So apparently one of you saw a younger version of me inside of a something with Rahala?
Yeah, they would have been in a bookcase.
And Sam's been hinting at something really vague for a moment now.
Something really vague is probably that there was an entity that was trying to eat Rahola, and we found her eating the bookcase. Or eat is the wrong word. Inhabit is probably a better word. And it had a chat to us in a nightmare. We were in a nightmare, right, Lamia? Yeah, it had a chat to us in a nightmare.
Yes,
And,
but aren't we not supposed to talk about her?
Listen, it had a chat to us. It wants us to find it a new thing. Here's what I'm going to say.
I pieced that much together. Okay.
Right, okay. And prior to this, we had seen young you. And yeah, so that's it. We just made some connections, some leaps of logics that something happened to you because if young you was in a bookshelf in an alternate dimension, mean some things.
It's really strange.
It is really strange. It was also at the same time that 3 people were gruesomely murdered in a locked room. A zombie Avarok attacked us, and a guy was killed through a wall and then exploded. So a lot of weird stuff was happening. And I'm not really super keen on what any of it means necessarily, which is one of the reasons we're going to this mine.
I have all the details now. I see what happened.
I want to try a sense motive, Patrick, to see if, like, he reacts to any specific wording or any of the sorts. Nope. Okay. I tried.
That's not enough for a hunch,
I'm
unfortunately.
gonna try and glean some stuff off of this bard. Well,
I spent 3 points. I may as well try. Damn it!
You could have rolled high. You just didn't.
You could have.
I've
didn't
got
roll
enough
high
of
either,
the details. Second hand, unfortunately, but that'll have to work. Look, there's a lot I'm not going to tell you. You understand that, right?
I mean, that's nothing new for everybody we've talked to lately.
It's probably the best for us.
It is. Trust me, it is. You guys are heading to the mine, aren't you? Specifically?
Yes, that's where we're going.
Okay. My mission wasn't just for Clint, for his sake. I did have something else that I really needed to take care of.
Mhm.
I can tell you what that was, and I can tell you that if you do so, someone who's very concerned with eliminating something from that cave so that it does not become widespread knowledge would certainly appreciate it.
Okay.
It'll work out the best for you all as well.
So what are we supposed to do with it when we find it?
Destroy it.
Okay.
I'll explain this much, because you're gonna need some details, or
Cast it
Not-
into
I
the
can
You just
answer
go
you.
smashing every single
yeah.
thing in the area.
Just eat
You
it.
could, but ill-advised. I understand. Inside the mine, there's going to be some kind of creature in there. I don't know what. I suspect something amphibious, likely. Some evidence suggests some kind of troll. There is a certain kind of troll that does like to go in water, called a scrag. But I haven't seen it personally. Just something to be prepared for. That's not your biggest problem. The biggest problem is there is a statue there. Something manifesting the consciousness of a being known as Vladimiri.
Okay.
Who's a nascent, embodying the mantle of lust. He's a terrible, terrible entity. Historically speaking, his manner of death was rather ironic. He was obsessed with drink and bedfellows and merriment, manipulation, domination. Not something you really want in the Pantheon these days.
Right.
But he barked up the wrong tree, ran into the Grazzeroan, or the Battle Maven, or the Crimson Queen, not knowing who she was. So she severed his spine and poured his wineskin down his throat. He drowned.
Sorry.
Pretty brutal, right? But the thing is, these damn statues that have been popping up, we can't get rid of knowledge of Vladimiri. Unfortunately, that cat's out of the bag. In a big way. However, the fact that you won't be able to destroy this statue, you don't have the power to do so. But you can weaken it. You see, one of the things Vladimir had done is all of his favorite servants, all of his favorite toys, he trapped. There's a vessel containing their souls inside of that mine somewhere. A shifted plane. You'll find it likely in a sealed-off area, something that wouldn't be easy to spot.
I'm sorry, this is the thing we need to destroy.
Yes. It's a... He closes his other eye for a moment. Replica of a grand city, several stories. Surrounded in glass, think like a bottled ship, but it's a metropolis on the inside. Gold, silver, silks, finest textiles. It's filled with souls reliving their merriment, and they have been for eons. You can't just smash this thing. And you can't just kill things that are already ephemeral.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain level of symbolism that has to go into destroying the denizens of this vessel. I have no doubt that when you find it, you'll find wine nearby. And their god did die drowning in his own wine.
Ah, so great. We can make a wine flag. I've always wanted to be a biblical deity. I'm saying this with as much sarcasm as I could possibly say this with, by the way.
Best they don't tell you how many souls you'll be destroying. Better
Yeah,
for your
I'd like
peace
to
of
not know
mind.
that.
Don't stay too long. Do what needs to be done and get out. If you decide not to, I have no doubt that someday he'll find a home for those souls, whether they be in other bodies, or some way to bypass the cleansing of the cycle where their memories and their affections and their trappings of their time on this world are not scrubbed away. They will return revering Vladimiri, and the statue will no longer be a poor replica of a nascent. It is in an embryo, it is in an infantile stage. Embryonic. This will be the easiest time we'll have getting rid of its influence. any stronger, and I don't even know if the leaders of Setsegia are powerful enough to confront it. Now, granted, it'll probably take several hundred years. You may not have to live to see the results of it, but we're talking about a greater good here, right? You guys are altruistic.
To a point, yes. I'm a fan of not letting terribly negative things happen to the world, regardless if I'm around to see it.
Yeah, what if you have children or something? You know,
some bits about planting trees that we'll never sit in the shade of. You know, all of that good nonsense.
Yeah, gotta be jealous of elves sometimes, huh?
Right.
I mean, you guys call them Kassir.
Yeah.
I can't let that slip.
Well,
I must really have a concussion.
So, I had somewhere I was going with this. So that there's wine. We flood the city. That should be it.
Could be.
Okay.
The entity's gonna try to stop you. I don't know with what forces or how.
Of course, they always do. The last one of these things we ran into, kind of had like, lackey is probably the right word to say it. A lackey, and we probably have to deal with something like that in there. I'm guessing.
Possibly.
Ain't a water troll.
He's got
a skog. Did you say it was a skog or a scrag or a scrig or?
a troll thing. The scrag.
Yeah.
It's probably
Scrag.
it could be.
But write it down like scrag.
But
Okay.
you know, it could be something else, right? Like this is all circumstantial. But regardless, that's the thing you want to do. Also, to sweeten the pot a bit, not that you asked, because you're all great people. If you do get into this chamber with the bottled city and all of that stuff, and you're feeling like, well, this isn't our stuff, this probably belongs to the history of the people of Setsegia. Don't. It's from a different realm and a different time. Loot anything you want.
I side-eye Sam.
Right? Just look at Sam.
And if you're not gonna loot it, maybe break it. I mean, screw this guy, right?
I did get a really cool cup last time I went. So I wasn't supposed to go.
That's why I
That was a
side-eyed
cool
you with the
cup.
friggin' cup. That's why I side-eyed you. I see that. I took sheets of diamond dust, man. But those were Varmurray's. He's not even real anymore. You can't steal from somebody who doesn't exist.
But if you run into a thing in there somewhere that, like, anytime you try to figure out what it is, it gets harder and harder, do your best to ignore it and never look at it again.
Okay, purely hypothetical question. What if we've already experienced a thing similar to this that may, unfortunately, make us recognize what this thing is?
Oh, then I guess you're fine. Just don't take it with you.
Okay, great. It's like, just no qualms about that. Just like, yeah. I say knowing full well that when I'm face to face with that item, it's going to be way harder for me to not take it with me.
All right, there we go. That huge weight off my chest. I hope you guys live, because if you don't, that means I have to go back.
I'm just like, yeah, me too, buddy. Like, what do you say to that?
He just gets up and says, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and rest. Appreciate it if you didn't kill me in my sleep, now that I've made myself real shady.
Well, you know, I don't plan on it. I can't speak for them, but I don't plan on it. Also, we really want you to get those two back alive. You know, and if you're dead, you can't do that.
Very true. Well, in case, have a good night. Goes back into the tent.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I just shrugged. Well, I mean, we got more information this way. We're not just going to be
knew-
stumbling around blind.
I know he knew I was lying about something, and
Lami is grasping at the scar that recovered from good old Gnarlthus healing it. I mean, like,
Gnarlthus?
great. What?
Gnarlthus?
Sorry, I don't have my notes up right now.
Luxafix?
The
Luxafix?
Luxafix. That's the
Okay.
correct name.
The man who can't remember names.
Yeah. The Luxa, I can't spell that as it says in my notes.
Yeah. Nefeli Lu? No, that's Velen.
Great. So we have to deal with another one.
Yeah, sorry, no making deals with statues in this one, okay, guys?
Is Murray like just
He like
a
peeks
weird?
his head and goes, "Yeah, for the love of God, don't talk to it." If that was even a thought in your like the flap closes.
Yeah, so no statue chatting. Got it.
Also, I was really scared. He said Bar Murray at the beginning of that.
I was gonna say, listen, that guy doesn't exist anymore. If we have to run into him again, I'm gonna be very cross.
Yeah. This is just. Swear to God, if we find another guy who has like a half-naked, like Jim Murray or something like that, I'm gonna. All those people are on side.
You got your little arrows, just immediately like say their name into it.
Murray.
So, do you want to roll if anything happens, or do we want to?
Okay.
Oh yeah, we can
And
do our night
tonight-
watch before we end. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Let's see. All right, Eli first watch. Nobody assisting. Lamia second watch. No assistance. Sam third watch. Got a burb.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's because you got
That's
the
what the-
verb. Okay.
Yeah.
Good old Hawk. Good old Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Chances
Sherlock.
here. Okay, actually not super high chances, but we'll see.
Hooray. Maybe.
Oh, oh my God!
Yes!
Eli.
All right.
There is an event. Watch
Was it the
Adventures'
lowest
event
number?
Is
Next
watch number
time.
1.
Yeah.
So that's
fine.
Lamia's watch. It's first watch.
Oh, I
I
thought
have
first
first
watch
watch.
is Sam.
I
Or
have
not
first
Sam.
watch.
Yeah, Eli.
Your
I'm
first
middle.
watch. Ooh, I got. Yeah, you are. Why did it do it that way?
I don't know.
Oh, the
It's been
readout
doing
is
it that
different.
way.
The readout is
Yeah.
different. So yeah, it's Eli's, and your perception is a 14.
Yep. Not high.
Excelente. And yeah, 6%. So yeah, if you roll lower than the percentage, that's how you determine it. Because
Yes.
if it was higher, then there'd be an 80% chance, not a 20%
Yes.
chance.
That's a lot of percentages. So,
Mhm.
yes.
Well, we'll find out what event number 60 is next
Next
session,
time.
which will happen next week on
Hopefully it's
Tuesday.
something
What a
On
surprise!
In the
Holy
Store.
shit!
At 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
/unnatural_1s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of that, it's time to do the standard things we have to do before we get off here, which is
Yeah,
join
yeah,
our
yeah.
Discord if you want. You tell us our stars and wishes, which are things you loved about this session and things you want to see in the future. Like that
I
I
need
want
to
it to be a
finish the
nice thing that I run into instead of a not nice thing. Or you know,
He's very excited. I don't know.
yeah. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those things, all unnatural_1. We also have links in our Discord to all of that, and there's links on this to all of that as well. Which should hopefully make it easier. We also have a Patreon. If you
I
would
know
like
what the
to
event is.
donate to Patreon, we would really appreciate that. It helps us to justify this to our parents when they ask us what we're doing with our lives. No, it is really cool though. We like to have benefits. We have a special spot in our Discord. We also have monthly hangouts and a podcast that Panda put out that I did listen to, in fact, and talks a lot about people's feet sizes. But didn't do that.
Did I?
But,
I don't remember now.
yeah, he's gonna have another one coming out soon, so you'll have two to listen to, and then it comes out monthly as well. So
We have
you
some
can have all
decent
that
material for this next.
ready to go.
Yeah, normally it'll be once a month, but we're behind, so
Yeah.
it'll be 2 this
Ellie
month.
got points today.
Ellie wins. She chose the winner, the big winner.
Big winner.
Wait, is Walter
350
okay,
big guns.
There's my claps.
Yeah.
You got a round of
Um,
applause.
So next session, the group will deal with whatever this event is, and then if they don't die from that or
Try to
give up
not
on
die
adventuring
crossing a
forever,
river. Yeah.
they will try to not die crossing a river.
Our
and
most
if they don't die
dangerous
from that,
enemy, nature.
Nature.
Like,
Yes.
straight up.
and then if they don't die from that, then they'll maybe not get ambushed by bandits who might already be gone. And then if they don't die from that, when they get into the mine, there might be a troll. And then if they don't die from, you see where this is going.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Basically, we're
plenty
in
of
a constant
excitement
state
to
of
come.
having our lives threatened.
Yes, because we are in that phase of this adventure. So don't miss a session. There will be 2 more after this before we go back to making a TTRPG,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a lot that happens. We
And
might
the
even have a longer
replays
session, depending.
Of all our
So-
sessions go up on YouTube on Mondays at
Yes,
noon.
at noon.
So if you missed out on anything, came through halfway, missed the beginning, whatever, check out the replay on YouTube. And then also you can watch all of our past sessions. And our special one-shot that we put out when we hit affiliate, which was actually a 2-shotter, but that's great and always fun to watch. Plus, we have some character bio stuff and the backgrounds of all our characters if you want to check those out. So you can understand why Eli has never swam in a big body of water.
Yes, now would be a good time to check out those backstory sessions, hint, hint.
Oh, I don't like that.